It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning.
Kevin is the host.
And his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast. So don't get her pissed. Jason talks like a spaz. And he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Alrighty, you are with the KVJ Show. What's going on today, Virginia?
What's going on?
How you do today, Bird?
Living the dream, baby.
Okay, that's it. I know Virginia's got big plans today. She wanted to go to a lush summer vacation destination, and she said, of all the places in the world I could go today, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to Cleveland.
Oh, you leave after today.
I do. I leave a little bit early today, so you're going to be a sausage party for the rest of the week.
Okay, we can finally get in touch with our feelings. Not have to worry about being bullied about it.
Everybody says you guys get soft when I leave.
We do. It gets so sensitive. It's like it's very open. It's a lot of times we end the show with a hug.
Well, Kevin makes me bring Kleenex
Yes.
to wipe up our tears.
Okay.
Yeah. We get in touch with our feelings. It's
I
very
love
nice.
it. Good for you.
We don't have anybody telling us that we're soft soy boys.
By the way, we all need a good hug every now and then. Sometimes you'll go through life and not get a hug. A good hug's good.
It is.
You need it.
You are right.
So tomorrow, hug?
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Not waiting until tomorrow.
Okay.
Hugging today.
He needs it now.
Yeah. I'll wait till Virginia leaves because she'll have something to say about it. Poor Denny's yesterday. He was just trying to get home. And have you ever had this? We've had this with so many cars where the tires are just bunk. And I don't know why. My wife has done this. She must love filling up her car tires with air. Because we've had that where you have to make sure you have enough quarters in the car because the car will run for 30 miles, but then you got to fill it up with air. And it's so annoying.
You have one leaky tire.
Yes.
But if you grew up that way, which I did too, and I think probably Kim did too.
Maybe that's what it is.
A little rough around the edges.
Yeah.
You don't mind it as much.
I guess.
I think the Ralstons had their act together. I don't think your dad was filling up the car tire every 5 days.
No, we didn't put up with those kind of shenanigans. When we had an issue, it's like, okay, let's go get this thing fixed, but let's do it right because it just kind of keeps sucking up time to do it any other way.
He takes care of things, and then he raised you to take care of things.
Right.
But if you're like a bobber and a weaver like Kim and like how I grew up kind of scrapping it together,
Right.
It doesn't really faze you to have to go put air in the tire because you're used to it.
I guess. You know what? It's the weird thing for me. I don't like dysfunction.
Right.
And so if anything is out of line or out of order, let's just do it right and take care of this problem. And let's settle it once and for all because you keep having this Band-Aid of a repair, and it takes up so much time and difficulty. And I had that situation where I didn't have any air in the tire, and I looked down, I had 2 quarters, and I'm like, and then my credit card's not working right because that's another dysfunction. And I'm just like, so here I am. I'm driving home on the rims, those kind of things. Where I'm like, because that's what happens when you leave one dysfunction, it then parlays into another dysfunction. And now all of a sudden you got 3 dysfunctions all working together, and it just absolutely derails your day.
But see, this is what happens when you grow up spoiled.
It's not even spoiled. It's just taking care of it. Like, just do it. It's not like you got extra money or extra means. You just say, I have a problem. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually fix the problem. I'm going to address this problem, not just keep trying to push it off and make it more complicated.
Take it from me. When you get 3 dysfunctions back to back to back, all working together, that does turn into one major dysfunction.
It does.
3
They add up.
equals to one major dysfunction.
You're right. And I can't operate like that because I get anxiety so bad when I just know I can feel the dysfunction just hanging over me. And I know it's just waiting to take me out because any little thing, and then you're just like, okay, well, I guess we're not doing a show tomorrow. I guess that's just where we are in this.
I got to walk to work.
I got to call everybody like, yeah, we're not going to do a show tomorrow. I don't have any air in my tire, huh? Yeah. So Denny's is trying to fill up his car yesterday, and he's got the air pump, which I know all too well. And I know this noise, too, is going where it's at. There's a lot of air that is coming out. And you sometimes start to panic because as you're trying to put the air nozzle on the tire, some air will come out.
Sure.
And you know me, I'm always like, it's got to be filled all the way up. So when I take the thing off, I have to take it off super fast so I don't remove any of the air. Denny's is trying to pump up his tire with air yesterday, and all he hears is like going on for a while. And he looks down, his tire's not filling up with air. It's actually deflating.
Oh, no. You're just letting the air out?
So why did this happen, Denny's? Do you not know how to fill a car tire with air? What was the dysfunction?
Well, admittingly, it took me a second to figure this out, but somebody had slashed the tube that transfers the air to your tire.
Oh, no. I wouldn't even think to look at that.
Right.
I didn't either until my tire was flat. And then I examined the tube.
So he did nothing but let all the air out of his tire.
That son of a biscuit.
Well, it's kind of that awkward thing where you're trying to look at the machine to make sure it's still firing to see what the number is on there, because it'll tell you your air pressure on that. And it's going down, and I'm looking through my window, and I go, what the heck's happening? Right? So then I feel the tube, and it's slashed.
Oh.
This is as a giant storm is waving through.
That is, whoever did that, there's a special hot room in hell for you.
I have a feeling I know what gas station it was.
Yeah, it was
all right. Yeah.
not the nicest, but in a weird design too. They put the air compressors on opposite ends of the parking lot, so there's two,
But they're not close.
but they're not next to each other. And it was very odd. So I had a flat tire. I had to drive my car with a flat tire to the other side of the parking lot to see if that machine worked.
Because you had just let all the air out of your tire.
I went in there and my tires weren't even that low. I just go, you know what? Let me top it off while I'm here.
Let me top it off.
And I
That's
freaking
flat.
flattened one of them.
Yeah.
I was so stressed out. And then I could feel the drizzle happening. You know that cool air that kind of comes as a cloud is going overhead?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was trying to beat the rain. Of course, I finally did beat the rain. And thank God the other machine actually worked. But
But you hear what he's saying? It's so true. This is the way the universe works. When you have one point of dysfunction starting to happen, another one immediately starts to rise. Like, I noticed that because you're like, of course, this isn't filling up with air. I'm actually letting the air out. And then you look up storm clouds and you're like, that's how it works. Dysfunctions just manipulate. And then they all seem to show it like it's a party. Like there's one dysfunctional party and then all the dysfunctions show up at the exact same time. You're like, oh.
And at minimum, they show up in threes.
They do. And then
You're lucky
your
if
whole day's
it's
derailed.
only three.
Yeah.
And these dysfunctions are knuckle bumping each other. They're working together.
They're happy that you've let this lapse. That's why, yes.
Got 'em.
That's why my life is so frustrating at times, because you're just like, I'm always trying to clean up all the little dysfunctions and they just keep manipulating and just, materializing all over the place.
That same gas station Denny's is talking about, that's the gas station I went to get gas, but the nozzle broke. So when you were trying to stop the gas, it wouldn't stop. So it's just raining gas everywhere.
Oh,
and you're trying to
no.
figure out, how do I turn this off? And I had to basically choke it out and rip out the little trigger thing for it to finally stop.
Good Lord.
There was gas everywhere, Virginia.
Never had that happen.
Yeah.
Isn't that what happened in Zoolander?
Sort of. It was basically, I was riding a gasoline bull.
You were low budget Zoolander.
Couldn't turn it off. Same gas station.
I just remember how excited I was the day that I got to start getting my lunch at school. It was so exciting because I'd always see the other kids, and my mom would pack these really depressing sandwiches. It was on this whole brown bread.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't a fun kid's lunch. I got that and like some carrot sticks
No.
and water.
Ooh.
It's
terrible.
almost like I was in prison. I had a brown bagged prison lunch that I brought to school every single day. And so the first day I was able to get school in the lunch in the cafeteria. It was a huge day for me.
The big thing at my school, Lake Park Elementary, you did not get to go to the salad bar until you were in 4th grade. That means you could get lunch in line and you could get the salad bar. But they thought 3rd graders and below were just too little to handle that.
Okay.
And man, boy, did I eye up that salad bar. I was counting the years down on that thing. I remember I loved that salad bar so much I would find spiders in the salad and still eat it.
Ooh.
That's how good that salad was.
Really?
I
Was
also
that, you had a spider issue with your salads?
well, it was also the 80s, and I think you just didn't care about things like that.
Just wasn't a thing.
It wasn't a thing.
I've
Yeah.
always cared about eating spiders.
Yeah, I think so.
They weren't big. They were small.
Okay.
Well, they're starting to put together the school lunch menus for the new year. And in Broward County, they've revamped the menu with some new items. What do you think about this? And I got to tell you, it's getting to a whole new level of tricked out from when I was in school. This year in Broward County, you're going to find street corn on the menu.
That's cool.
Kind of fancy for high school,
It
no?
really is. Like
It's
if you do it.
trendy.
You do it like what, mayonnaise, and then you put some cayenne pepper on it? Is that what typically you do?
A little
or-
Parmesan,
Tahini?
maybe. Some
Okay.
kind of tahine.
Is it
Wow.
mayo or is it butter?
It can be both, or either or. A street corn can be prepared with mayo or with butter.
Mayo is kind of gross. I was hoping it was butter.
It can be mayo, but you got to add seasoning. It can't just be mayo plain. You got to have a really good seasoning mix and make like kind of an aioli out of the mayo. Just plain mayo is not where it's at.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit elevated. I mean, if you're going to be doing that, because what it is it's a creamy, tangy, and slightly spicy mixture of seasonings. And they say, it's typically mayonnaise, cotija cheese, chili powder, lime, and cilantro.
Okay.
But you could do it with butter for the gringos.
You could.
So here's my question. Let's say you are rolling in the dough and you're in lunch line and you ask the cafeteria people, you know what? I want 3 rounds of that street corn. I got the cheddar. I want to buy 3 rounds of it. Can you buy as much as you want, or is there a limit in school?
I don't know. Can you buy 3 school lunches?
If you want 3 slices of pizza.
It kind of goes against what they're trying to teach kids about obesity.
Right, yeah.
I'll have 3 school lunches.
But it does teach them about finances.
Yeah, I've never heard of them cutting a kid off. If he wants food and you got the money, I assume you're going to be able to get all you want. Cajun fries is also going to be on the menu this year in Broward.
Nice.
A plant-based fiesta wrap. So it sounds like they're going vegetarian.
Okay, we know what's going to be the most unpopular line.
I can see some of the girls wanting to do that.
Yeah, it better
Trendy.
taste good, though. That plant-based stuff is tricky.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
people aren't going to go. I just don't think it's going to be the most popular.
The fiesta salads with hummus is another thing that you're going to be able to check out on the menu
Okay.
this year.
That's cool. That's an upgrade. We never had hummus.
Fear the lettuce.
Yeah, who's bringing this lettuce?
They're going to be doing arroz con pollo bowls.
Nice.
Pretty fancy stuff. Chicken lo mein with vegetable egg rolls. And then the high school students are going to get burrito bowls and jalapeno egg patties.
Anyone else seeing a major hole in this menu?
You're looking for that pizza.
There's no pizza available?
These are the new items. I assume they've had pizza for a while.
They've had
Okay.
pizza. Yeah.
All right, you can still get that super sliced pizza.
They wouldn't take the pizza away. Kids love their pizza.
Yeah. So this is just what they're adding to the menu.
I like it.
When me and V went to one of the schools as Captain Crust and Princess Pepperoni, we noticed these cafeterias are kind of like food courts now. Remember back in the day, you just get in line and you'd pick something off of the line?
You ate what you ate, and that was it. There was no options.
Yeah, there might have been 2 options, and you're like, okay, I'll take the hot dog or the gross eggs. And this is like a food court situation now, which I do endorse.
Aside from the school pizza, if you could freeze one item to keep on the menu, what would you keep on the school lunch menu? And what's one item that you got that you would have removed?
Oh, easily. Mexican pizza would have stayed on there constantly. It's where it was shaped like an octagon. And bye-bye, gross meatloaf.
Okay.
They tried to spice it up with the fresh baked bun. We see you. Yeah, the fresh baked bun was good, but the meatloaf was awful. It looked like sick ET. Remember when E.T. got all sick
Yeah.
looking in the movie? That's what the meatloaf looked like.
Meatloaf makes me angry.
Meatloaf.
I
First
just
of all,
can't.
the word loaf, I don't know, with meat, it don't go well together.
I do not like the idea of meatloaf, but I will fully get down on a meatball. If it's a ball, I'll eat it. If it's a loaf, I won't.
The other one that was a little suspect that seemed to be popular, I never loved it. Turkey tetrazzini. What were those weird noodles? Why did the little olives or whatever look like eyeballs or buttons? It just seemed suspect.
Our lasagna was not good. The cheese was rubbery and the noodles would always be hard. You know, like on the ends, how those noodles get, and then they're really chewy. And you're just trying to get that down.
You don't want your lasagna to crunch.
Yes. So I think I would definitely keep the school pizza is on there. We also low key had some really good turkey sandwiches that they had wrapped. It was kind of like a turkey patty that they had, and they put it in that plastic wrap, and then they put it in the thing that was almost like where it's the hot moisture to keep them warm. And there was something about how they were just the right level of soggy, which sounds weird.
They were steamed.
Steamed. Yes. The steaming made all the difference.
I love steaming. I think that Taco Bell, when it's done right, it's because it was steamed properly.
Okay. Yeah.
We used to have good cheeseburgers, and what you would do is you'd order the tater tots and smash those tater tots inside your cheeseburger.
Okay.
And baby, that was heaven in a nutshell.
You could do that. Oh, fun times going back.
I want to go. I want to go back.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'd love to have you.
Would they let me just go in the cafeteria and have full reign?
I mean,
No.
you have to set it up ahead of time.
Grown men cannot walk into a school cafeteria and just sit down for like a regular lunch.
I wouldn't suggest walk in and post up.
I get a Furby hat on. And
We can make some calls ahead of time, though, and let them know you're coming.
yeah, I'm saying not when school's going on. I don't want to distract the kids, but let me get full access to a high school or a middle school cafeteria. I'll even take elementary.
Okay.
And let me just go full reign, full gorilla. Let's
Okay.
have some fun in that thing.
Okay. Jamie said, I hated the school pizza. I love the barbecue chicken drums and the tacos.
Now, Jamie, what school pizza are you talking about? They had the rectangle regular. They had the super sliced pizza.
Oh, we
which
only had the rectangle.
with the little chunks of pepperoni, and then they had the octagon Mexican pizza, which was next level.
Okay.
Which one are you talking about, Jamie?
Meredith got chicken tenders with mac and cheese. Now,
Wow.
that's stuff we didn't have in my school.
That sounds like up north stuff right there.
Man.
That don't sound like South Florida.
That's fancy.
Wow. Okay. Well, some good stuff there. And by the way, if you're going to be getting 3 meals for you in high school, it's $4.50 a meal, Bird. So
Ooh, I could do some damage.
yeah.
If I had $20,
You had $15.
If I had
you
15
can get 3 different meals.
see, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Will they let you buy 3 meals, though?
Yeah, can I go in there
I
for
don't see why they would stop you. I bet it does happen. Keep in mind, too, football players, some of those big boys, they got some high school football players that are well north of 250 pounds. So they're not eating 1 meal. They're probably doing 3, so I don't think they would shut you down. I think as
hope
long as you got
not.
the money, keep buying, babe. Why would? And you think that honestly, lunch lady is going to keep track of who's come through and paid and be like, nope, sorry, you can't have any more food. There's no way they're going to do that.
That's your third super sliced
Yeah,
pizza.
that
No.
ain't going to happen. As long as you got it, you're going to be able to do it. Well, this kind of stuff does happen where people are manipulating you with their emotions. And I feel for this dude because his girlfriend is kind of putting him through and he's trying to figure out how to adjust. Now, he's been with his girlfriend for several years. And he said, at first I thought she was just an emotional person, but now I'm starting to think that she's just kind of faking all this to just get her way, which would make her a manipulator using emotions to get her way. He said the first time I really noticed it was when I told her I wanted to spend 1 weekend with my family instead of going to the beach with her. Within seconds, tears start flowing, so much so that I wound up canceling my plans. Then she cries because I didn't want to spend nearly $2,000 on a vacation she picked out for by the end of the night. And then I was booking the trip just to make her crying stop. And then the latest example was when I asked her to apologize after she snapped at our waitress.
Oh, no.
Instead of saying she was wrong, she burst into tears. And somehow I'm the one that now is apologizing. The craziest part is that even my mom has quietly pulled me aside and said, hey, you might want to look at this because you notice your girlfriend always cries every time she doesn't get her way. And that really stuck with me. And I think that's when it finally clicked. So then I called my girlfriend and I called her out and said, hey, I think that you're using these fake tears just to try to manipulate me. And then guess what?
I bet she started to cry.
Uh-huh. I love her, but I don't know if I want to spend the rest of my life wondering if every tear is real or just another way for her to get what she wants.
This is too many tears. You're dating a baby girl.
Mm-hmm.
You're dating a girl that needs to move back in with her parents until she's grown up. Maybe her parents just babied her. Maybe she always got her way. It doesn't matter. It's not your problem.
The other thing, too, is some people, they fake cry and they'll do the whole act, but there's no tears coming out of their eyes. They're I can't believe this, but she did this. But eye dry as a desert. They're putting on the performance, but they can't get those tears quite to push out.
Sure.
You got to be careful of a person like that. They're using that as a weapon. And believe it or not, it's going to work on some people until it doesn't.
Well, it's working on him.
Yeah, because
but now he's getting to the point where he's like, all right, already. This hooker, do you want this to be your life?
It works until it doesn't. You're going to get to a point where, really, all I did was ask you to pass the ketchup and you're crying.
You need to date somebody who's on your same maturity and emotional level. This girl sounds like she's a child.
Well, we want to know how he gets this behavior to stop. And I got to tell you, honestly, you're not going to get it to stop. And
No.
it probably started when she was a little girl.
Right.
Where she would do things like cry and she would get what she wanted. And so she was conditioned at a very early age. So think about her own mental state with this. She's just saying, this is an effective tool that I use. I was never scolded for it. I've never been called out on it. It just always worked. So I know to use it.
She's probably super hot, and then she does the crying thing, and she gets out of things that way. You see it all the time on these body cam DUI videos. The hot girl will get pulled over, and then she'll start to do the tear thing, thinking she's going to get out of it. And I know a lawyer, and he's on his way. And they're like, get in the car. You're going to the clink lady. It doesn't work.
Yeah. Well, I would tell you, though, if you're with a manipulator, you are in a tough relationship. And there are many different ways. It's not just tears that manipulators can get to you and try to influence your behavior. And it's very toxic. And I don't know if I'd recommend to anybody be in a relationship with somebody that is a manipulator, because it seems like a malevolent kind of bad thing that you're doing that, willfully trying to manipulate somebody else's emotions with your own. And I was looking at this condition list of people that are manipulators, what they do and what they try to get. And if you've ever known a manipulator, I went through the list. I was like, oh my goodness, like it spoke to me. But, sometimes you may not realize it. Sometimes you have to have the obvious stated for you before it actually clicks.
I think a lot of times, too, I see this with men that don't realize what these women are doing, because these women sometimes are diabolical and manipulative. And guys are kind of like, golden retrievers, a lot of them. And they're just like, happy to see you, happy to be here. Like they have no idea that this woman is planning, plotting, making moves and thinking like it's like a chess game. And he's just thinking he's in love and it's blissful and she's plotting.
Tell me everything. I want all notes.
Just be careful. To any dude, to any girl, I would just say, make it a long engagement. Make it a long dating time. Really get to know this person. Live together maybe before you get married. Because if you're with a manipulator and you're with a good one, they can have you spun and you don't even realize you're being manipulated.
Well, this guy said it's been years he's been in the relationship, and it took his mom pointing out that she was doing this stuff and manipulating his behavior. And
he's probably a golden retriever. He's probably just happy to be there and wants to see her happy. And he's never encountered this kind of mind game before.
Also, too, people get beaten down after a while. And maybe in the beginning, there was some spirit, there was some fight. And then for some people, they go, it's just not worth getting into it. Let me just stare at the wall and be beaten down. That happens too, man.
If you're exhausted by your partner and you're in a relationship and your boyfriend and girlfriend or you're newly engaged, if you're exhausted by the emotional roller coaster, you need to hit the brakes because your relationship should be filling your emotional cup, not depleting it. And if this girl or guy is just making you exhausted and tired and spun and the emotions are crying and laughing and like, is that what you want for your life?
Now, here's some signs of what manipulators do. And Virginia was talking about how some guys are just kind of like a golden retriever, just happy-go-lucky, and they're not seeing it. And this guy's been in this relationship for years, and it still hadn't clicked.
You got a lot of guys out there that grew up with a healthy parental marriage that he was watching and going, oh, okay, this is how mom and dad communicate. No one's manipulating anybody. And he thinks everything's like that out in the real world.
Yeah.
And then he gets out in the real world and he meets like a crazy girl and he doesn't even know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, and this is kind of a lesson even to dads, too, or moms, parents. Just be careful that, if you let your kid cry and always get their way, you are training a manipulator to later on in life grow up and torture some dude.
And your kids are watching your marriage because that's what they want. So watch how you treat your spouse and watch how you let your spouse treat you.
So here are the things that manipulators do. They suddenly act like the victim. You bring up something hurtful they did, but then within minutes, they flip the script and they're acting like you've attacked them.
It's a big cheater's tactic. When you have a cheater, they love to turn it around on you, thinking that the problem is you, and how dare you even think this. They're very good at mind games. Cheaters will do anything and say anything to get themselves out of a corner.
That's so funny that you say that because there's this girl that not too long ago did this. She went around and told all these people at Little Smiles that she was afraid of me, and they were like, "Oh,
I actually could see that.
Yeah,
This
no,
girl's
that
afraid of
checks
her.
out. Yeah, that plays.
Yeah.
But she's not, though. That's the thing. She's actually not. But she told everybody she was, and everybody now thinks of her as the victim.
Okay.
It's the mindset of telling people, oh, I'm scared. I'm afraid. I'm the victim.
Well, what you don't want a intelligent manipulator. That is the most horrifying thing on the planet.
Yes, because they plot.
Well, they're smart. They're premeditated. They cover their bases usually, and it's harder to sniff them out. A dumb manipulator, man, they can just, you'll sniff them out in a day.
You can't really be a dumb manipulator. I don't think it works out for you because everybody realizes what you're up to. The ones that are smart and real smart, that's the ones you got to watch out for.
So here are the other signs of manipulators. And yeah, dumb or smart, when they start doing these kind of things, just call them out on their BS or at least be aware of it and then get away from them. They'll often rewrite what happened. They calmly insist the events didn't happen the way you remember. And then you start questioning your own memory or judgment. It's kind of like the old gaslighting thing.
Yeah, we worked with somebody at one of our former stations, and they would say one thing in a room, and then they'd get into a meeting, completely change everything, and then throw you under the bus. And you'd look around other people and go, what the heck is this? What's going on?
It's crazy. I think sometimes they believe that narrative that they've constructed in their head. It's a little psycho.
What we just heard, they explode emotionally. Tears, yelling, or dramatic reactions suddenly take over, so the original issue gets buried under the meltdown. You get so confused with all the emotion, you're like, I don't even know what's going on. You're almost exhausted and you're spun around.
Yeah, you ever have a fight with somebody, but then because they're having a meltdown, the fight's over. Now the new fight is them having the meltdown. Like, wait a minute,
What just happened?
Wait, how is this? I'm in two fights.
No. We got to go back to the original.
Let's go back to why you were cheating on me, that part.
A lot of times the manipulator will then give you the silent treatment. Instead of talking through it the healthy way, they'll withdraw affection or ignore you or go cold until you apologize, just trying to restore the peace. They're comfortable in the chaos of that relationship fight. you're not. And so you are the one that usually gives in first, and they get what they want. And like, aha, I knew they would cave first.
Ask if something's wrong if you want, but don't overdo it. If they don't want to talk about it and they want to play those games, be like, all right, I'm going to the store.
They also will attack your character. Rather than discuss the issue, they call you selfish, dramatic, say you're too sensitive or even ungrateful to shift attention away from themselves.
All those things are just to shut the argument up. Oh, you're defensive. You're too sensitive. You're this or you're that. That's when people run out of legit things to critique you about by calling you names. It's easy to call anybody defensive or sensitive.
You see that a lot in what happens in any kind of societal debate. They call you a racist or say something like that, and then what do? You're like, oh my gosh, I'm not a racist.
Kevin, you sexist.
You get so scared of the label they've just thrown at you. That's a manipulator.
Right.
That's
all they're doing in that moment.
It's designed to shut down the conversation and go, look,
makes you retreat fast.
I won. You better put your tail between your legs because you're a bad person. And all you're trying to do is debate your point.
The manipulator also brings up old mistakes. The conversation suddenly becomes about something you did months or years ago just so they can avoid accountability in the moment.
Well, you're not in the moment dealing with what you're talking about now. Now you're fighting about something that happened 2 years ago. You're like, wait. We got to stay on task.
Like, I thought I got yelled at about that. That was 2 years ago. Why am I getting yelled at again?
You already yelled at me on this.
Double jeopardy? No, I don't think so.
Manipulators then recruit other people. Friends or family may suddenly seem distant because the manipulator already told their side of the story first and was trying to rally support to their cause.
That happens. And then you don't even understand how the whole room is shifted. And you're like, what happened here? But just because you don't go running your mouth all the time and tell everybody your business, they do.
I know somebody who thinks that that's happened to them in couples therapy, where when they go into couples therapy, one of the people are lying to the therapist. The therapist is believing the liar.
Yeah.
So then the other person has to sit there and take it not only from their partner, but from their therapist. But a lot of it's not true.
Yeah.
And
They need to schedule a solo session with that therapist without their partner there and set the info straight.
But that can happen too, believe it or not.
Totally.
Yeah.
That is some shady stuff.
The manipulator also gives fake apologies. Phrases like, I'm sorry you feel that way. They sound kind of apologetic, but actually they're blaming your reaction instead of their behavior. They'll also become overly sweet when the pressure fails. Now, once the manipulation stops working, they may suddenly turn charming or even affectionate just to smooth things over without ever addressing the real problem. So it doesn't get solved, but it creates that calm, and then you kind of move on. But they will be waiting in the bushes to manipulate a situation in the future. I don't know that you ever really cure a manipulator. I think that when you've been conditioned that way, probably from youth, and you've grown up that way, that's just how you know how to affect the world around you.
It's survival.
Yes.
I think everybody can change, but changing is hard, and you have to admit that you are a manipulator, and you have to own it. You have to hug the ugly cactus, and that's a hard thing for an individual to do. That means you have to look in the mirror and say, I've been a dirtbag my whole life, and I want to change, and that's hard for people to do.
Yeah.
They don't want to admit that, but that's what you have to do to change.
Yep. You absolutely do. So the thing is, hopefully you people out there that have been manipulated, now you can see some of the signs, and maybe the manipulators out there can be like, oh, wow, I might fit every single one of those things, and say you need to start changing, because it is very tough to be in a close, either working or personal relationship with somebody that is a manipulator.
Oh, anyone that's a manipulator listening right now, they're so figuring out a way to turn it on their partner.
But one thing I've learned, though, from doing it the wrong way, if you are dealing with a manipulator, the worst thing you can do is be silent and not talk about their manipulation. You got to tell other people. You got to tell it to them that you know what they're doing. You got to make everybody well aware of the manipulation. You can't just go within and like try to figure it out and be like, what's going on?
Well, at that point, I'm breaking up with you.
Well,
I have to warn everyone.
And the thing that's tough about that, I've been in that situation where
families will do this. Whole entire families will be divided and manipulated.
Yeah, I've had that where I've had both parties coming at me, And one of them may have been a manipulator, but I can't really tell because it's their word versus the others. And so a lot of times I'm like, I don't want any part of this situation. So I just remove myself and be like, you guys figure it out.
Oh, Kevin would definitely lose at the game, Big Brother. You're too sweet. You're too nice.
You're a golden retriever.
I am a golden retriever.
You
I get
are.
it. That's
Kevin.
why I gave that list to you.
You don't have that thing, that switch, and I know I have it. And I know Jay Bird has it.
What?
Where when we can see somebody, and once we've seen them act like in a certain kind of way, I will then start watching them and I'll be like, did you see that? That is a manipulator. That is a cold-hearted weirdo that has ulterior motives. But Kevin, you are a golden retriever. You believe the best in people.
Well,
I do. I do until you show me otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, that's why. I mean, sometimes it's kind of a negative, but in this case, it's a positive. I was glad I was raised in paranoia.
Okay.
It's good. It's a good.
Can be effective sometimes.
It's very effective.
Yeah.
You look everybody up and down.
They have always gotten me on whatever the latest health buzzword is, going all the way back to the 90s. The no fat thing, I was all into that. Buying all kinds of sweets that had more sugar in it than fat. Thought it was the right thing. I was in buying all these potato chips. I had this thing called a Lester in it. Gave me terrible diarrhea.
No fat. I mean, who wants fat, right? So I'm eliminating this fat, but I'm adding all these calories.
Yep.
Yeah, they tricked us all. It wasn't just you.
I've always had that, though. And it's so weird that you go your entire life and you don't hear anything about this word. And then this word becomes everything. Like all health and wellness hinges on this one word, and whether you're going to live past the age of 70 all depends upon your inflammation. Where does that word come from?
That's a big one.
Do you remember 10, 20 years ago, anyone really ever talking about inflammation? And when they did, it was just basic inflammation. Your lips would be inflamed or your eyes would be inflamed, but you didn't think about it killing you.
You didn't think about it on the interior.
Yes.
Your organs and your blood vessels and all that. But apparently that's important.
They never talked about gut health. They would talk about guts, but never about gut health.
They are saying that gut health now is everything.
Everything. Yeah, it's gut health and it's inflammation. I'm not so sure about the gut health. I'm paying attention to that as well, and I'm looking at it. But they are saying that the inflammation may be a little bit overblown.
Really?
Than what it is. Yeah, now I was reading this article on it, and it was focusing on this heart surgeon turned wellness entrepreneur, Stephen Gundry, whose book, Supplements and Appearances, on platforms like Goop have helped popularize the idea that many chronic illnesses are caused by hidden inflammation and can be treated by avoiding foods like beans, whole grains, tomatoes, and other so-called lectin-containing foods. You're like going, lectin-containing? Now what has lectin? Now you're chasing everything in the grocery store looking for lectin. You're like, you never in your life had heard of lectin.
So wait, beans are bad now? Oh, Jaybird, you love beans.
Wait, beans are bad?
Yeah.
It's got lectin.
No, I ain't going out that way. If I can't have beans, I give up. You're taking away my beans?
This man loves beans, y'all.
Well, I mean, lettuce, it take me
Lettuce
out.
almost took him out, and now you're going to take his beans.
I can't have a legume?
Yeah. Now, just to clarify, look, the chronic inflammation, it is real. It does have an effect in heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, things like that. So not to downplay it, but there are a lot of wellness claims that are overstating the science of it. And there's little high quality evidence that they have in a lot of the claims that they're making. If you're seeing the Goop posts, things on TikTok, Instagram, things like that, talking about inflammation. And of course, they always seem to have some kind of anti-inflammatory diet or a supplement that all you have to do is pay $85 for a small little bottle of 8 pills. And it'll take care of all of your chronic inflammation.
There are so many ads. I don't know about your Instagram, but mine must think I am on the verge of death.
Mm-hmm.
I'm inflamed. I have the worst raging menopause, which that may be true. I'm inflamed. My gut health is terrible. I just get ads all day long.
You lost me when you said the word goop. I think of Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah,
and,
that is her. That's where it came from.
I'm out.
But the thing about this is understand that, yes, chronic inflammation is real, but a lot of these products that they have now to solve it is not.
Gotcha.
And not effective. They even listed some of those specialized blood tests marketed to healthy people to go after your inflammation. They said, yeah, you got to keep an eye on a lot of these things where they're really expensive, they're all over the place, and they give these overstated claims like we'll wipe out your inflammation or you get rid of your inflammation, or they're talking about adding years to your life and all these kind of things. Some of these wilder claims they're saying watch out for because they realize what a hot button buzz issue inflammation is now. And people are so easy and willing to spend money when they see the word inflammation, anything they think is going to get rid of it.
I don't want to be inflamed.
Right.
You know, the best thing we can do, stop drinking alcohol. Ugh, I think that inflames you.
Yeah, I've been drinking a New York Minute, but I still am inflamed, though.
Don't worry, I'm picking up your slack.
Okay, I figured you were.
But I think you are right. I think it's been a connection why you're seeing the drinking levels going down as much as they are, because we're talking so much about chronic inflammation, and that is one of the triggers that they're linking to the inflammation. It just goes to show you how paranoid people are about inflammation now.
You're right.
And how effective this whole marketing thing has been. They said, look, here are the best ways without buying an expensive blood test or supplements or anything else, or giving Gwyneth Paltrow 1 penny of your hard-earned dollars. They say exercise regularly, maintain a healthy weight, avoid smoking, get adequate sleep, manage stress, eat a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, which have been demonized for inflammation, and healthy fats. Don't go for these expensive wellness regimens, because that's what they're doing. They're taking your money and it's not being effective. We always ignore the easy, basic way to do the healthy thing because we want the quick fix, and we'll pay a ton of money for the quick fix.
And nobody wants to go exercise, Kevin.
I know.
It's like, okay, I can't exercise, but I will do Ozempic.
Yes. So just as you're looking at something about inflammation and you're about ready to pay what you think is a hefty amount of money, just be warned that that likely is not going to do what you think it's going to do for your inflammation. Do just a lot of the regular things I've mentioned. It'll be just as effective, likely a lot more, and it's going to be basically free.
Walk a mile, take the stairs.
Yeah.
And honestly, mix in a pizza every now and then. You got to have some enjoyment as well. That's part of it, too.
A whole grain pizza.
With less enjoyment, what happens? More stress. More stress equals heart attack. Heart
You're
attack
right.
equals death.
Less stress, I think, is the biggest thing for me, because I feel like I keep so much of it in my neck and my back, and I'm always like clanked. If I could just figure out how to get rid of that, I feel like my life would be 20% better.
I mean, did we not learn anything from Cobra Kai season 3? It's all about balance, y'all.
I never watched it.
Well, you don't have to. I did.
That's why I have so much inflammation, Virginia.
I'll drink for you. You watch Cobra Kai for me.
There you go.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away. Cause you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
This Dirt of the Day is brought to you by my favorite closet people, closetsbydesign.com. The deal was done, and Jared Leto was going to be in this new political thriller called Assassination. Now, the talks were done, and everybody's salaries had already been decided upon, but now it sounds like the producers have quietly pulled the plug on Jared Leto. Now, the movie is still going to be moving ahead. Assassination is the name of it. It's a Barry Levinson film, and it's still going to happen. It's just not going to happen with Jared Leto. They said, look, we can't have this guy on set. Let's just say it's a box office thing. We're not able to, work with him on this one. But
that's what they did with Big.
Yeah.
Remember Big from Sex and the City, the newest movie or whatever?
Yep.
They edited him out.
They can do it, if you have too much heat around you, if you're going to mess with the movie, like there's millions on the line. They don't want to take the chance that a bunch of women will say, screw Jared Leto, we're not going to go see Assassination. Mm-hmm. They don't want that heat.
No, honestly, it's kind of a new age where a lot of these celebrities, you really have to keep your nose clean because these people that invest this money, and I don't blame them. You don't want to put $350 million into a project and you get none of it back.
And the thing with Jared Leto is, there's a lot of different women making a lot of different claims. It's not just one or two.
You need to wait this one out.
It's a lot. And the BBC did a whole documentary about it, and a lot of these ladies were talking, and it doesn't look good. The studio doesn't want that. They can find a guy that doesn't have all kinds of accusations.
Yep.
It looks like Bunny XO is now talking a little bit more, and I love this. As we get further and further away from the divorce being finalized, she can't help herself. So she was on a podcast with Denise Richards, and Denise Richards is going through a terrible breakup with her awful man.
Boy, this sounds like a fun listen.
Yeah, right?
I actually want to listen to this really bad. Bunny XO is now talking about how, the affair wasn't what broke her. Because I guess Jelly Roll cheated on her and she found out about it. She says it was the lying and the secrets and the feeling of being the last to know. Everybody else in the circle knew that Jelly Roll was cheating on Bunny and she didn't know. She said she discovered the truth. She got all upset about it. She even contemplated suicide at one point.
Did I not call this about 14 months ago? Virginia, I did. I
know
said,
you did.
There's a Jelly Roll storm coming. And everyone's, Jelly Roll, oh, thank you, brother. And I love you, brother. And oh, my gosh. I'm telling you, I knew something was going to drop.
Your mother. Thank you, brother.
I knew something was going to drop.
Yeah, apparently he was being very naughty. And he could be genuine about the, I used to be in prison. I used to be on drugs. But now I'm on stage. I've changed my life. But he can still be a cheater.
Guys, people are performers. They're on stage, actors, singers, they're performing.
Yeah, so if you want to check that one out, Denise Richards' podcast is where she was talking details.
I think it might have been her podcast.
Oh, it was hers?
Yes.
Okay,
And
so she had Denise on with her.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And Denise was showing off her new facelift, and so there was just a whole lot of things they had to get to.
I definitely want to see that.
I got to write that down of things not to
Yes, if you're
watch.
trying to avoid that, do not check out Bunnies.
I am getting a lengthy list, Kevin, of things not to watch.
It's so funny. Your list of what not to watch is my must see.
Well, I just know how I know it's gonna happen. They're gonna categorize every man as a cheating, lying dog. I ain't got time for that.
And finally here, okay, Saint is 10. Kim Kardashian's son is 10. So they just gave him an Instagram, and bam, his Instagram is blowing up. He is off to a very flashy start.
He should stay. He'll be grounded.
If you want to check out Saint, who is 10 years old now, Kim and Kanye's son is now on Instagram.
Go get him, Saint.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
It is the ultimate game of BSing here. It's kind of like when you're back in high school and you didn't do your homework and the teacher calls on you the next day and you're just trying to find your way through the answer even though you have no idea what it is. Except this class is a lot more intense. Got some questions here for you. Now, this was on the homework last night, but none of you did it. So let's see exactly who can kind of finagle their way out of this answer the best.
We didn't do our homework.
The dog ate it.
I've not done my homework since 7th grade.
There you go. See, that's kind of honesty
You know
we
what,
need.
though? Got through it.
Yeah.
We were out running the streets. I was skateboarding.
Okay, the first question that we have here is for you, Virginia. When it comes to AI, what is an LLM?
When it comes to AI, an LLM is actually a loose-legged maneuver.
Yes, okay.
It is something that AI will do when it doesn't know the answer to a question.
Yep.
It does a loose leg maneuver and just makes one up.
Okay.
Am I close?
I see what you're doing. You were taking a bit of a conversation we had yesterday about AI, trying to how it, kind of works its way through situations to get to its objective.
Yes, it doesn't care about facts, and that's the loose leg part of it.
Doesn't care about your feelings.
No.
Okay. All right. Let's see how that holds up.
Loose leg maneuver.
Hey, Jaber, can you tell me what is the NASDAQ?
Yeah, there was an astronaut named Nicholas Campus, and he was a man that really was big in NASA. He was a big astronaut.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he was working on this big part that NASA needed to go to the moon. He got it done, but he was so stressed out. He's like, oh my gosh, I need a NASDAQ. I need a NASDAQ. And people go, get this man a NASDAQ, which is a NASA daiquiri. And that is what astronauts drink. They celebrate with a NASDAQ.
Maybe you mix it with a little tang?
You can put a little tang in there, but they only celebrate when they have a successful space mission.
Yeah.
So if you see astronauts drinking that NASDAQ, we've done something great with the universe.
Bartender, give me a NASDAQ.
NASDAQery.
NASDAQ astronaut. Am I close?
I say he is close.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, NASDAQ, baby.
And Denny's a question that we have for you in class here today. And am I close? In comparison to when you hear BC, and we're talking about time and years, what does AD stand for?
AD. Well, that's because everyone loves the 80s and the fashion, the music.
Right, they do. Yeah.
And when Christ was born, they're like, it's going to be the 80s at all times. So they just needed the AD.
So they knew 1980 even in the year zero and how lit it was going to be.
Before that, AD-BC was also pretty lit.
Oh,
so
yeah,
they knew it would repeat again.
Oh, okay.
So they just named the whole era the 80s.
1980 BCE was so crazy that when they got to the end of it, they got down and be like, oh my gosh, we counted all the way down. Now what are we going to do?
So if you were the teacher, who would you think was the most stoned in class?
Denny's without a doubt.
Well, I mean, none of us should pee in a cup.
He might be smoking right now. Now, we asked Virginia, when it comes to AI, what is an LLM? And what was that, a long leg maneuver or something like that?
It is a loose leg movement.
Oh, yeah, a loose leg.
Loose leg movement, meaning AI doesn't know the answer to something, so it just makes it up like a loose leg liar.
Like a loose?
We all know them loose leg liars. AI can do it.
Well, actually, the LLM technically is a large language model, which is a specialized type of artificial intelligence that is trained on massive data sets to understand, process, and to generate human language. They say it's the core technology powering conversational chatbot search engines and writing assistants.
I'm shocked.
I know, right?
It's not a loose leg maneuver.
Not a loose leg maneuver. Now, we asked Jaybird about the NASDAQ, and he said that was a NASA daiquiri that they used to celebrate.
Is it a banana daiquiri?
I'm sure that Elon is planning on having one as he slams his rocket right into the moon.
I'm glad you brought it up. There's banana, there's strawberry, and there's cherry.
Oh, okay. The NASDAQ actually has nothing to do with space.
Damn it.
It's more about finances. Yeah, you ever hear like the NASDAQ and the
Wall
S&P,
Street.
all that good stuff.
You got the Dow. You got, all of that up and down.
Yes, up and down. Yeah, that's what it does. Yeah, it's actually the second largest stock exchange in the world by market capitalization. Yeah.
But the goal isn't to get it right. The goal is to sound like you can BS your way through
That's all that matters. And honestly, now I want a NASA daiquiri.
Would you get the banana, the strawberry, or the cherry?
I think I'm going to go with the cherry, oddly enough. I haven't had cherry in a while, and I feel like I'm missing it in my life.
You also can get a fourth one. It's called the Universe. It's all three flavors in one.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a fruit
He's got his
punch.
NASA daiquiri bar.
Yeah, you should.
You know, odd concept. You walk into a bar and everybody's in like moon suits.
Hammered.
He would love it.
Yeah,
He would think they're just getting ready for the alien arrival.
Yes. You just got to get that visor up before you barf. And finally, here for Denny's, we said in comparison to BC, when you're talking about years, what does AD stand for? And he said it was like AD is in like 1980s, because apparently 1980 BC was also pretty lit. And they knew how turnt 1980 AD was going to be.
Yes, he has risen and he has partied.
Yes.
The 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's relatively close. It's actually a Latin phrase meaning Anno Domini, which is in the year of our Lord.
So he was kind of close. He said Christ.
Very good,
Yes.
Denny's. Very good.
Yes. So there you go. Now, the worst answer is what we asked KVJ TV to settle for us. Who was it here? Well, with 26% of the vote, Virginia had the best answer.
Oh, I wanted the worst.
That's insane.
Oh, loose leg liar.
Now, don't get crazy. Your answer wasn't good. With 32% of the vote, Jaybird had the second worst. And with 42%, Denny's ran away with it with 80. So very nice. Congratulations. I think actually you want to get the worst answer. So
Yeah, you do. That just means you're crazy.
nice
Your
work.
explanation was insane.
Off the wall.
Pretty crazy. I was knowing that I was going to talk about this coming in here today. And then I see my wife as I'm heading out the door, and she just gotten up. She likes to watch a lot of TV on her phone. She has bizarre, crazy sleep hours. Like, I don't know. She wakes up in the middle of the night, just starts watching shows on her phone. Yeah, that's just how it's against everything I believe in life. every last little bit. I'm just doing everything wrong.
That is not good for your health.
Yeah, you don't have to get me started. Because then
you
I'll go 10
start
minutes
him
on
up.
this. Yeah, don't fire me up on that, Virginia. But she comes to me, she's like, look what I'm watching. And she is watching, and I'm noticing they're doing a lot more vertical content. It's a vertical show, and it's one of those micro dramas. Have you seen that? So it's not horizontal. It's not like a YouTube video. It's a vertical show that she's watching. And as she's showing this to me, her vision is terrible. She can't even see. It's so obviously AI, and she had no idea. And I'm like, you're watching an AI show. And she's like, I just love it. She's like, these things go on for a little while, and then they try to charge you after like maybe a second or third episode. They're super short.
You watch 1 through 3, and if you want to watch episode 4, it's behind a paywall.
Yes. And so I've seen these things. I'm like, it looks terrible. The plot's terrible. It's AI actors. None of it's good. The dialogue's terrible. The storyline's just god awful. And she's had me watch a little bit. I'm like, okay, this is terrible. But they say that it's doing very well. In fact, it's almost dominating the game now. And there are a lot of people that are wanting to create this kind of content. And it's getting so big that it's an AI side hustle for a lot of these companies in China. And they say now you can actually license your face to be used in movies, TV shows, video games, ads, whatever. You notice how many more AI ads are out there? And I can only really detect AI now because it looks too clean.
Right.
It's like a guy who looks like it's his best day. You can almost see that. There's something a little shiny to it.
Your mind knows. Your mind, if you really lock in, your brain is telling you, this ain't real. Slow down, look at it. The clues are there. You just have to see them. And if you can't see, like your wife, Kim, that's going to be a problem.
Well, the clues are there now. The clues will be gone soon.
You're right.
Yeah, it'll eventually get good enough. But what they're doing now is they're spending anywhere from a few dollars to hundreds of dollars to license out digital versions of your face or your identification or things like that. And then they can make endless content with it.
Sell your face?
Yeah. So I don't know if all these AI actors you're now seeing are people that are real people that actually sold out their likeness to them, or they just created it through AI. But it's a way that you can actually make money. And they say in the AI era, your face is actually an asset. And part of the problem is you're seeing now what's called AI face theft, where they're going out and they're grabbing other people's likenesses. And let's say maybe you're a model that has done these things. A Chinese company may grab your likeness off of that modeling ad you did and then create a micro drama around it. And all of a sudden you're some kind of Chinese micro drama AI star. not even knowing it, and they're using what should be your licensable content.
Well, that's how people are getting in trouble by taking certain heads of celebrities and then putting them on bodies, and the bodies are doing unspeakable things. And it's getting to a point where a lot of people can't tell. It's good enough for somebody to watch it and go, oh, Jennifer Lawrence is doing that kind of stuff. Or I can't believe what Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise just did in that movie.
Deep fake porn.
Yeah.
It's already here, but it's only going to get better.
Well, it is, and it's starting to get on legitimate platforms now, like Peacock is going all in on the micro dramas and the vertical content.
Wow.
Because they realize more and more people are watching on their phones. And for me, I guess that's another thing that makes me old. I like horizontal content over the vertical stuff.
I hate watching things long ways. I think it's so stupid. It cuts out half of your picture. What are we doing? Because it fits the phone. If you watch it on anything else, you've got the black bars, or you've got the blurriness, or you've got someone zoomed in to the point where all you see is the retina.
Right.
It's
insanity.
I hate it. And then if you complain about it, oh, shut up, old man. That's not how people
the latest boomer thing.
Yeah.
You can tell young versus old based on how you like your content. Do you want it vertical or horizontal? And if you're saying horizontal, you're likely a boomer.
People call me old as if that's going to offend me. I like being called old now. I'm like,
He's leaning in.
Yeah, I like my movies wide. I like to see, I don't know, the whole scene. Call me old-fashioned.
He likes his movies to match my ass wide.
Yeah, I mean, all these things are zoomed in to the point where it's just someone's forehead and their eyes blinking. It's terrible.
Yeah, and I heard somebody saying, have you heard of NIL? It's a big thing that they throw around in, college sports. It's name, image, likeness.
Yeah, they get paid now.
Yes, but the one thing they're saying, and it does apply to other industries as well, they said it's now NILV, the V being for your voice. Because now the way AI is and how it can replicate your voice with just 30 seconds or 60 seconds of you speaking, they said you need to start licensing that, because this is the biggest thing, whether it be visual or audio. A lot of companies are stealing your likeness and they're making money off of it. And you may one day be like, how am I the star of a microdrama?
That's me.
Right.
I don't think they're going to want my voice. It sounds like I ate glass for breakfast.
We need somebody that sounds like a very, very worn down Cajun man. Okay, I know the woman.
Yes.
I know the lady.
How y'all doing back there on the bayou? Yes, yeah?
This is going to end up becoming a problem. They always make it seem it's going to be easy and affordable and everyone can get involved. And as soon as there's a demand for it, even if Kevin wants his face out there, that means Kevin wants exposure, and to get exposure, they're going to make you pay for that.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
An example of this is happening right now in music. You've probably heard of the AI music creator Suno. We've used it to make some songs here on this show. Well, you need to have something that is going to serve as the model for it, how they're going to train the AI. And Suno, the AI music generator, has just been hit with a copyright infringement lawsuit from a German licensing agency, saying that they were using such songs as Lou Bega's Mambo No. 5 and Alphaville's Forever Young to train its AI models.
Way to keep it hip.
Yeah. What are you trying to make the worst music ever?
Mambo No. 5.
What? So they're trying to claim that, yes, I guess that's why all the songs sound like Mambo No. 5 on Suno, is because that's what they've been using to train it, which is a no-no unless you have the licensing to do so.
But Suno, when you use Suno, boy, you can tell someone's using Suno. I think if you really know how to make music, again, you can use these things as a tool. But if you have no idea how to make music and you're just using Suno, it's very, very obvious.
Yeah. There are more people now that are talking about how they are using the AI in their creation. So it's going to be something that's not likely going to go away, and how it could pull in regular people. I asked KVJ TV, would you sell the rights to your face for AI? Now, there's a couple scary things here. Does that mean in perpetuity? How long is that?
Yeah.
What happens when this goes into some Chinese database? I mean, the CCP is going to be keeping an eye out on me.
I think if your face and your likeness is already out there, people are already stealing it and not paying you for it, and you don't know about it. And how would I?
Yeah.
I'm not going to China anytime soon to see if I'm in a Chinese anything.
Well, they'll come here because they're making them. My wife is watching them. So come to my house if you want to see your face.
It's just like social media. We didn't know where it was going. It exploded, and now we go, oh, maybe we should, maybe curtail some of
We
this
need
stuff.
regulation.
Yeah,
Right.
same thing's happening with AI. We've produced it. We don't know where it's going, and now we're going, maybe we should control this thing.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's a wild world, and they say that it's only getting bigger, these micro dramas, and they said that it's not even just the Gen Alpha that it's growing with. In fact, the number one demo is women 30 to 40 years old. Look at my wife. Now, she's outside of that 40 demo, but she loves these micro dramas. Can't get enough of them.
If I find one more fake murder documentary that's not real about people that committed crimes with pictures and dates, and I go, what, they got me again?
It's not real.
This is not even a real story. And then there's people in the comment section defending it. Oh, it might not be a real story, but it's a cautionary tale of what could happen in the world. I'm like, oh, shut up.
We already have enough of those.
I don't want to watch a documentary that's based on lies and call it what it is.
Yeah.
A fiction.
Yes.
Don't call it a documentary.
Thank you.
One comment in the KVJ TV chat said, I've actually come across ads that the person didn't realize that their identity had been stolen for AI, and they're in the comment section demanding that they take the ad down.
Damn.
Yeah,
You got to lawyer up.
This is the Wild Wild West.
It is.
You couldn't do that if you were a human.
This is what's going on. That's why we all might need to license our face or get it copywritten. And a lot of people are not willing to sell their face to AI. 76% of people are saying that's a no for me.
Yeah, because what happens if you sell your face and then Kevin Ralston's on the cover of this new movie called What a Great Dong Spring Break?
Kevin's the face of Chinese porn.
I kind of like it, actually.
Street cred.
Can you imagine I go to Beijing and everybody's like,
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Giant
He
dong
is.
guy.
he have a big, you'll know what.
Big dong.
You know what? Maybe I should do it. Hello, China. Where do I sign? Okay, what are your random strong opinions? We've all got them. You just got to hit them up to us. 877-979-WRMF. This person texted in. They said their random strong opinion is the constant sequels, remakes, and live action adaptations of every Disney franchise is ruining those franchises. Probably hitting a little bit on Moana 2 or whatever it was that they just came out with.
Something along the way where we got sold a bill of goods where they tried to trick everyone thinking nobody wants anything new and original. All people want is the same thing. They want nostalgia over and over again. I don't believe that. I believe people do want new content. And for the longest time, we were gaslit into believing, oh, nope, Hollywood doesn't take a chance on anything that's different. This is what the people want. No, I think you guys are liars, Hollywood. They want new content, new characters, new things developed.
We have diverse tastes.
Yes.
We don't just want one thing. We are multidimensional.
Well, I mean, why take an old movie, redo the whole thing? Just make a new movie with new characters that are going to be beloved from 40 years from now.
I haven't watched any of the live action movies they've had. I know they did Lion King, they did the Moana. Have you seen any of those, Virginia? And do you like them? They feel weird to me when I've seen the trailers for them, and I was like, I'm not jiving that.
So I saw the Lilo and Stitch that was the one before the new Moana. I haven't seen Moana yet because I can't get past The Rock with that wiggy wig on.
Right.
I mean, it's so wiggy.
Yeah, maybe that ruined the whole movie.
It's just
The
too
Rock in that
much.
wig.
All right, calm down. I mean, he looks like he's trying to be, I can't believe it's not Butter Fabio.
Yes.
Like, seriously.
I think some of them have done well, but it'll be interesting to see if they pause those live action remakes after what Moana did. It sounded like it disappointed.
They don't do as well as you think. They're not. A lot of people don't like them. They weird people out. It's never as good as the actual cartoon.
It is weird when you see a human acting with a cartoon by their side. It's just like, wait, what?
I know.
I mean,
What's going on?
We already did this with Pete's Dragon, and they nailed it. Remember Pete's Dragon?
Yeah.
Another random strong opinion says, I don't know how my wife can scroll through Netflix titles for 2 hours and not actually pick a movie.
I do that. Well, not 2 hours.
Not 2
I think
hours.
I might be exaggerating, but sometimes you can catch yourself being, it's been 25 minutes and I am still not watching anything.
Well, I've seen a lot of it. What's on there? I've already watched it.
Yeah.
It's recommending because it knows I love documentaries.
Right.
So it's recommending all these shows, but I'm like, I already seen that.
Yeah, I go through that where I go through not only with Netflix, just a slump. I'm constantly looking, do I want to watch that? Nah.
Yeah.
Do I want to watch that?
It's the worst. I don't like being in that. That's why I have my little viewing list. So I know I go right in. There's never any kind of like scrolling or looking for it. I got caught up in it over the weekend. So I was trying to find a movie for my father-in-law to watch. And just the process of trying to find that movie. We get on something. He's like, no, I think I saw that. And it's just like, oh, man.
Of course, Kevin has a waiting, organized list
I do,
that is
yeah. In order,
prepared,
yeah.
well thought out. It's probably alphabetized.
No, it's not. It's based on the order of when I want to watch it next.
Oh, it's prioritized.
But I do have the TV show separated from the movies. So if I need a quick movie, I got that in one category.
You are just everything in its place.
I don't know what it is. I got a problem. I really do.
Somebody should mess with you and go into your Netflix queue and like scramble everything.
It'd be so, you know what? I would stop watching shows. I would just be like, I would give up on television. I'd be like, you know what? I had a list. It's not meant to be.
You've got 5 minutes.
I would quit TV.
5 minutes, and if it's not working, Ralston's out.
I'm out. I ain't got time like this. Another random strong opinion. Banana flavor tastes nothing like bananas.
You got to use real bananas if you're going to do anything banana flavor. I don't like any fake flavorings. I like real bananas in my banana stuff.
Yeah, like a banana
Daiquiri?
Airhead or a banana Starburst, whack. But a banana daiquiri, it does taste like banana. In fact, it's like a banana heavenly potion.
Because, I bring that super ripe banana, like when it's just 2 days before being like, oh, this thing's a little too ripe. That's when it's at its perfection.
You should try the banana daiquiri only if you want to make sure your personal life falls apart within 3 days.
It's a mind eraser, but it's a fun ride.
Yeah.
Sounds like a blast.
Till you wake up the next morning, you have a great time.
You drink
It's
it.
a great ride, terrible landing.
You drink it, and then for the next 3 days, you're cleaning up your life.
Okay.
It's nothing but apologies.
Just what I need. This random strong opinion says people who knowingly leave their home with less than 10% on their cell phone battery make the worst employees.
I don't understand this. So Magnolia, my daughter, she drove all the way yesterday from Palm Beach County to Tallahassee, and we checked on Life 360 because we were just making sure she got there because she was going to be getting in after dark, and I don't like her driving after dark. When she got to Tallahassee, her phone was at 23%. I can see on Live 360. How do you drive all that way and not plug your phone in while you're driving, and then you get to your destination and your phone's at 23%, and now you're going to be up all night unpacking?
Oh, I could move mountains with 23%.
That just seems insane to me.
Some people like to live close to the edge. Some people like danger.
It does seem like madness. I don't get it either. My son, he will leave the house with 2% battery.
Oh my God.
And then his whole day is wrecked. He can't get a hold of anybody. He's using other people's phones. I'm like, what does it take for you to learn this lesson? It's alarming how many times and how often he does this. Every day, all day is spent with, I have no phone battery whatsoever. And now my life is chaos. I'm like, son, you ever going to learn a lesson?
You were home for 8 hours. Why didn't you plug it in when you were here?
Well, all you need is one of those portable battery packs that just stick on right there.
Yeah.
And it does. It keeps your phone charged. It's such it's an easy thing that Canon could have, and it requires nothing other than grabbing his phone. It sticks to his phone.
Yeah. It's not there yet. That fruit fell very far from this tree.
I haven't had
This tree is pissed.
This tree threw that apple.
This tree is like, I can't believe you're my fruit.
I got an extra one for him to have if he wants one. All
Okay.
it does is stick to the phone.
We get him a lot of stuff like that he just leaves right. You'll see it and be like going, hey, what happened to that thing I got you? And it'll be
Left
sitting
it
at
on
home.
the bright line.
It's never ending. It's never ending.
Welcome to having a teenager.
I guess, yes.
They are something else. With that front brain is not fully formed yet, and they just woo.
I guess that's where you understand where your cell phone battery is in the front part of your lobe.
Yes, I guess so.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away, cause you know we need that dirt of the day.
This Dirt of the Day is brought to you by my favorite closet people, closetsbydesign.com. Bad news for Denny makes me giddy. It looks like his lawyers kind of did a little whoopsie whoops. So remember when they went to the Park Hyatt Hotel on September 16th of 2024 when Diddy was taken into custody? They seized a bunch of his stuff. So multiple iPhones, iPads, hard drives, computers, and $9,000 in cash because he just had it on him, spending money as one does. But when you get popped, they take you and they take all your stuff. But if you have a good lawyer, your lawyer knows that they just have to ask for your stuff back in the right window of time, and then you get your stuff back. But I guess his lawyer didn't ask for the stuff back in the right window of time. So all of the electronics and $9,000 cash that was seized is going back to Uncle Sam. The feds have now officially taken possession of all of these items, and they can do with them whatever Uncle Sam does with them.
Okay.
And what does Uncle Sam do with them?
Well, probably not spend them to your benefit. Probably spend them to their own benefit. But don't get me started about the politicians, Jay Bird.
Sam's good about that.
Yeah, Sam gets his cut. Just never forget. Sam pays Sam first. Did you see the story about Perez Hilton down in Miami at his home? The celebrity blogger that's, been known for many, many years to do all kinds of crazy stuff and crazy stories about every celebrity under the sun, and doesn't have any problem telling all kinds of details about somebody's crazy personal life. Yesterday had himself a crazy personal life. He was doing a live stream naked, covered in blood, and cutting himself. And people were calling the cops. They were like, y'all got to get over to Perez Hilton's place in Miami because we don't know what the hell's going on. TikTok removed the video of the live stream, but a lot of people screenshot that thing, so it still exists.
Yeah.
Earlier this year, Perez Hilton had been hospitalized for 3 weeks after contracting sepsis. Is he still struggling with something that we don't know about?
I don't know what's going on with him. I actually have seen some of his stuff. He recently moved to Miami. He was asking people, okay, I'm back in the area. Where do I need to go to eat? And he's been kind of covering some of that stuff. He's been making a run at religion and trying to find God and all that kind of stuff. And so I think he's searching for a lot of answers. He's got 3 kids, I believe, 3 daughters.
Yes, 3 daughters. Where were they while he was slicing himself up and bleeding on a live stream?
I think he's got a lot of guilt, too, for some of the things he's done in the past. He was pretty brutal to a lot of people back in the day.
He was.
And a lot of people didn't forgive him. And a lot of people gave him a hard time after.
And still do.
Because he was really brutal for a long time.
Yes. And maybe you're right. Maybe it's the guilt eating him up.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
He's wrestling with some stuff, but it was all over the news last night.
Right down here in Miami. That's crazy how close. Oh, and I forgot this with the Diddy nuggets. This is good news, too. So remember that fight Diddy got into the other day in prison? Now, we heard it wasn't even his fault, but he did fight back. So I guess he's trying to prove he's not a little B. They had moved his release date to January, and now because of the fight, it's moved back to February, and that's of 2028. So
got a month for it, basically.
Got a month for the fight, but showed that he wasn't just going to take it on the yard, I guess.
Well, I mean, you got everyone watching.
Yes, everyone is watching. That would be the one thing about being Diddy in prison. Everyone's watching.
Well, you'd be sad boys for life. You get your ass beat.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
It's time for viral audio.
Hey, you have beautiful hair.
They can't hear me because they're listening to Kids Spot.
We got weights and fit. There we go.
Well, I don't know how often you're going to say that there was a magical moment that happened at a Jupiter Hammerheads game, but that's exactly what happened.
Really?
Yes. A cool story that is bringing national attention to the ballpark of the Palm Beaches in West Palm Beach.
Let's go.
Cool little thing where you've got two brothers, George Lombard Jr. and Jacob Lombard. They both made their professional debuts on the same day. George in the major leagues with the New York Yankees, and then Jacob in his first professional game with the single-A Jupiter Hammerheads. They were playing at the ballpark of the Palm Beaches, and originally his parents were going to be in West Palm Beach. And then they found out that the older brother was getting called up to the Yankees, like, well, we're going to go to New York.
Because, I mean, it is a bigger draw,
it's
more impressive.
It's New York.
It's real money. Damn. If you're the brother here, you've got to be like, oh, man.
So the crazy thing about it, though, was George Lombard Jr. gets up to the plate for the New York Yankees, and kaboom! Crushes his first professional home run.
Okay, George, let's go.
And then his parents are celebrating that, and they get to their phones, and they're able to watch what's happening in West Palm Beach. And George, after hitting his home run, runs into the clubhouse to see his brother's first at bat, and he hits a home run.
No way.
Yes.
Baseball's got a way of doing that. That's why people like baseball. Magical moments happen.
That's magic. You're right. That's the only way I'm getting involved in baseball.
Now, the dad, it's no wonder that both his kids are pretty good at baseball. He's a former major leaguer himself, and he's the Detroit Tigers bench coach, George Lombard Sr. So he, knows his way around it. So don't be too shocked. His kids are both major leaguers, or at least, professional baseball players.
But to hit a home run within minutes of each other, that's a great
Still a cool
story.
Baseball's got that. There was Ken Griffey Jr. and Ken Griffey Sr., the first father and son to play in a baseball game together.
Aww.
And they were batting back-to-back, and they both hit back-to-back home runs.
Wow.
No one's ever done that before.
That's cool.
Here are the parents talking about the moment.
I certainly do, Ryan, with George Lombard Sr. and Judy Lombard as well, watching their son debut in person. They're also watching their other son debut on their phone. We saw that as well. George, I'm going to start with you. You're the Tigers bench coach. Detroit's in Seattle right now. How smooth was the trip to New York?
Got up in the morning. It's been a long day for everybody, but it's super excited.
Judy, Jacob gets drafted by the Marlins last month. George gets called up here. They're playing on the same day. How would you describe this summer for your family?
I mean, the whole year pretty much has been incredibly emotional, but especially the last couple weeks between the draft and then last night when I just bought my ticket to go to Jacob's game, and we had plans to go to his game today when George calls us about 11 o'clock at night to tell us the news, and everything was a whirlwind, not too much sleep. But we knew we had to be here. Even I told Jacob, I'm like, we feel bad not going. He's like, are you guys kidding me? Like, you have to be there for George. I'm like, of course. So we're so happy to be here, and this moment is incredible.
I think that is actually the definition of big leaguing, though, right?
It is.
When your big league brother actually gets called up, and then you get big leagued as your parents head to his game instead of your game in West Palm Beach.
It's the quintessential big league.
It is the quintessential being big leagued.
Dude, it's the Yankees.
Yeah, you got to go to the Yankees game.
You got to debut on the Yankees.
Sorry, Hammerhead.
And just for the record, the Hammerheads beat the Palm Beach Cardinals.
Okay.
There you go.
Way to go.
Congratulations. So, so that game actually probably was in Jupiter last night then, or yesterday.
How exciting.
Yeah, very cool stuff. Either way, great story around baseball, which is very much needed as well. How are you going to rule on this one? We got a KVJ Court here for you, and somebody trying to pull a Taylor Swift move, but I don't know, is this something that we can all do, or is this just relegated to the people that are of Taylor Swift celebrity status? They want to know, is it a problem taking guest phones at our wedding? Now, the email says, my fiance has become obsessed with the idea of having an unplugged wedding, and she wants every guest to hand over their phone before the ceremony and reception so nobody can take pictures or post anything online. She says that she just wants people to live in the moment, enjoy our wedding, and let the photographer handle the memories like they should. It's not their job. The problem is my family hates the idea, and they're all pushing back pretty hard. Even my elderly grandmother wants to be able to call if she needs help. Several relatives have young kids at home, and some people are threatening to not come because they don't like being told what they can and can't do with their phones. And my fiance is refusing to compromise and says if people don't like it, you know what, they can stay home.
Oh, my God.
It's our wedding. It's our rules. So what should I do here? Because I'm in a tough situation where I got my family on one side, I got her on the other, and nobody is backing down easily. Help.
It's not too late to reconsider your bride. This girl is...
Deal breaker, huh? It's a breakup.
She's not famous. Okay, the reason famous people do this is so nobody gets pictures out there before they can sell them to People magazine or monetize them themselves on their social media. You're not famous. What are you doing? You're an idiot. You're an absolute idiot. And dude, run. This girl is a moron.
I think you're taking yourself too seriously, except the fact that everyone's got phones these days.
Everybody's got phones, and some people are going to post your wedding. You know what you can do? You can put a big sign up when they come in, and you can say, please take all the pictures and video you want, but don't post anything or share anything. We want to be the official source for all the posts and shares and photos and videos of our special day.
Well, what are you going to do? Have a wedding bouncer to pat you down to make sure there's no phone in your underwear or in your bra? I mean, how are you really going to police this?
You're not a celebrity.
People can sneak in a phone so easily.
Oh, this girl is annoying.
At the very most, you could make a small little quip about it somewhere. Be like going, hey, guys, you know, I know we all got our phones, but hey, let's just hang out, man. Let's be in this moment together. You could say something maybe along those lines, but that's about it.
Totally, you can say that. And you can also ask people not to post.
Yeah.
But beyond that, you can't take people's phones. This is not a high enough value of an experience for them for you to be putting the price tag of their phone.
Unless Dave Chappelle is doing a set right before.
Yes, right.
That's a high dollar value engagement.
And honestly, I'm not even a fan of comedians telling you can't have your phone. I get that they work on their act, and I understand that they craft it and hone it. Unfortunately, you got to keep writing. You have to constantly keep writing if you're a comedian. I get it. It's annoying. And not everyone's going to see your work. Everyone thinks just because someone films it and puts it online that everyone in the world sees it. It don't work that way.
You're right. There's so much content. Everybody can't see everything.
Now, Anna was saying that my friend got married, and she said no phones during the ceremony, but her issue is a little bit different because what she didn't want was people's phones going off during the vows and during the ceremony itself. I still think it's really risky to do that. I think you can post signs and be like, hey, for this moment, we'd really hate as we're doing video for your phone to start ringing as we're doing the vows.
Silence your phones.
Yes.
Just say that right before the ceremony.
Yeah, hire someone to be the heavy. Someone that someone's going to be like, oh, this person's giving us the rules. Someone you don't like, give them that role.
Hire somebody who's actually heavy and intimidating to be the heavy, someone who's muscular and big, and have them just say, everybody silence your phones. You don't want to be the one who has a phone going off during the vows. But my girlfriend did it the complete opposite way. She wanted everybody to take pictures and video. They even put disposable cameras everywhere, all over the ceremony and the reception because they wanted everybody to capture their own perspective.
Well, I just know sometimes people don't get great angles, and if everyone's filming, I'm like, oh, that back angle kind of looked tight.
Exactly.
I think I'll use that. It's also just a wedding. Okay, we're not knighting a king here.
You're not famous.
It's just
Sweet cheeks.
Yeah,
You're annoying.
Well, it'll be interesting to see, after Taylor Swift did it and she had justified reasons, how many other people are going to jump on this. Because another comment says, my niece is also having a no phone wedding. She doesn't want professional photos of guests on their phones in the background. Is what it says in that comment.
There's an awesome clip on YouTube where the couple's getting married and the priest is going through all the vows and the wedding photographer is behind everybody just trying to get some great candid shots of the bride and groom. The priest in the middle of the ceremony stops the whole thing, looks back at the camera person and goes, you need to stop this right now. This is a holy moment. There's no time for pictures right now. This is between us and God. Do not take pictures right now. And everybody at the wedding visibly got uncomfortable.
Now that's not cool. That priest is in the wrong. If you've hired a professional photographer to get the moment, like, shut up, father.
The photographer was like, okay.
Why am I here then? If I'm not taking pictures, why the F am I here?
Do I just take pictures of the hors d'oeuvres? Where do I go?
People are losing their mind. Just get back to your roots and remember your place.
Well, the other thing, too, people think they can control every little thing and every situation in life. Even your wedding. You can't control everything.
Stop trying.
Things are going to go wrong. It's not going to go your way all the time.
And you're going to be so stressed out trying to control every little tiny detail. Just chill out and let things happen how they're going to happen.
If you're going to make this move, 74% of people think it is rude to try to take somebody's phone for your wedding. You can make announcements. You can have signs up. It is understandable. You don't want phones ringing. You don't want people holding up phones, so your professional photographer gets nothing but a photo of people holding up their phones. So that's all understandable. We get it. But announcements or signs is about as far as anybody's willing to go.
Man, there are just other things on this planet to worry about.
Well, you've never been a bridezilla. These girls, they get so wrapped up in the sauce that they don't even realize they're turning into a maniac.
So I would say to this guy, talk calmly to your fiance and try to help her understand that this is the better way to do it. And if she will not back down on that, it might be time to think, maybe I'm not marrying the right person, because if she's this upset about this in life, just imagine what the next 40 years of your life will be.
If they go through with this, divorce by Easter.
Yep. What would you say is the most money you've spent in the shortest amount of time? Jaybird, you said you knew somebody that got a big chunk of money from a relative and then went crazy with it.
We're talking like $150K. They got a big something.
A lump at once.
I'm not sure exactly the amount, but it was in that ballpark. And that was about 3 months ago. And they were living large. And now they have negative money in their savings.
Oh, no.
They bought a fancy car.
Oh.
They threw parties. They bought all kinds of expensive stuff to the point where they had hanger-ons. They blew it in about 150 grand blown, gone, now in the negative.
Wow.
In 3 months. And I think it had a lot to do with partying and making bad decisions.
Dang.
Letting people have this amount, and it got away from them.
It can go fast. That's the one thing about money that I found out. It almost seems like the more you have, the faster it can go, because it really does start adding up.
Someone talked him into getting into some of that online gambling.
Oh, geez.
So now you've got...
no.
So he just made every wrong decision with his money.
Well, think about it. He got all this money. He started hanging out with people he shouldn't have been hanging out with. Now you're
Terrible
adding
combo.
drugs and alcohol in there.
I'm sure he was paying for everything for the hangers-on,
Of course. So he was having ragers at his at his house, and then you throw in something on top of all that with online gambling.
Ooh.
And you got this expensive car. I mean, 150 grand's a lot of money, but if you don't spend it correctly, that could go really quick.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, $150,000, it seems like a massive amount. And look, it can be used the right way and it can be very impactful, but you'd be shocked how fast $150,000 can go.
Living like that,
Yeah, if you're doing the wrong things, the wrong people. And look, in South Florida, there are some towns that you can run through money in a unbelievably fast amount. Like $150,000, honestly, in some places isn't a lot of money. You could blow it in an hour.
Well, I mean, you're going away on trips.
Right.
And you're going on trips and you're doing it the good way. You're not just you're not going on trips like my family went, where we all 5 kids or all 4 kids had to share one soda. No, you're living large, and you can't. That's not Diddy money.
Right.
That's not millionaire money. That's that's good to have in your savings to build a nest egg and have all that. He didn't do that.
Yeah, I can't. Some people don't have a problem with it. You'll see it in Vegas and whatnot. I know Virginia and I, we were there one time, and one of our KVJ Nationers in the high roller suite. And
we couldn't believe it.
He was playing $5,000 a hand, and he was losing everything. And he got to $25,000. I got so uncomfortable, I had to leave. I walked out. I'm like, I can't watch this, man. I'm like, this is just, I don't feel right.
It went on and on, and he would win 1 and lose 4.
It was
crazy.
I think he was down like $200K coming home.
I think you're right.
I can't even believe it. And then I remember I went to his apartment, which was dingy and run down. And I'm like, dude, you just lost $200,000 in Vegas and you live in a dump. You know what you could have done with that money?
Crazy.
I can't. Yeah, it's one thing. I'm so uncomfortable with people using money irresponsibly. It tweaks me out. I can't even watch it.
It's a weird trick I've learned, and it's really helped me not buy any more, or I've cut it down big time, is the delivery service with food. I go, all right, Bird, I'll have the whole thing ordered. I'll see the price, and I won't hit send. I go, for that amount of money, you could buy this, which is tangible. You can see it. You can have it. Go make yourself something. You won't be hungry in 20 minutes. And then if you want to spend money on something cool, at least do it on something you can look at or see.
I can't imagine how sick I'd be, at least me, I'd be to my stomach, knowing that I ran through $150,000 and I had nothing to show for it. And then the worst is you're not the kind of person that can lose $150,000. I mean, if you are, then more power to you. When Drake's losing millions, all right, he can do that.
And it's monopoly money, too, with Drake.
Sure.
Some of those deals he has with those betting sites.
Other people, it's not. That's why I do not get that concept.
No, this guy is not Drake. He's fake. He's not. He's not.
Nobody's Drake.
No. Yeah. And even them, they'll say they have to watch, because I think it gets away from you.
I mean, even Drake loses a lot, but then it's not real money.
Yeah.
There was a point, I'm sure Nicolas Cage looked around and goes, oh, I've got a lot of dinosaur bones around here. Maybe I don't need so many.
I got to liquidate. I got bills.
I'm going to have to do every movie now. Every single movie that comes on this. And he did. He did every movie that came across the desk.
Yeah. One text says, $150K in Aventura barely makes it unless you're going to Hallandale or Broward to buy things. And it's true. Remember that kid in Miami? I think it was $250 or $350 he ran through one night.
Whoa.
Remember that he was bilking it? He had some little scam going on with the crypto stuff.
Yes.
And they got him like a week later, but I think it was $350
in one night.
Damn. He plowed through, which is just you can do it in South Florida, baby.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can. It can go fast. All right. Well, if you want to brag about how irresponsible you are with money.
Or rat out somebody else.
Right.
That's better, because you might not be able to talk about what you did, but you can talk about what your stupid friend did.
My favorite story is when Denny said how he knew this guy and he was married and they had all these bills to pay. So he's supposed to pay the bills, but he came home with the largest Spider-Man statue. And she goes, what about the bills? He's like, I had to get it, babe. It was only $450. It was a great deal. He bought a superhero statue instead of paying the bills.
And it was in that moment she realized she married the wrong man.
How could you do that? I would be so scared to tell my partner I didn't pay the mortgage, but I do have this sweet Spider-Man statue.
And what's going through your head as you're walking through the door? Do you think your woman's going to be happy about Spidey?
No way.
Pretty unreal.
You have to be so out of touch with reality.
You out of touch.
You belong bachelor.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Well, the good news is Elon Musk shot the moon at 2:35 a.m. this morning with a discarded SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket stage, and thankfully the moon is still in the sky and he did not end planet Earth. I felt like I was watching some kind of James Bond movie and he was the villain.
But why?
They want to go back home.
I mean, we're joking, but is that real?
Look, I've been saying I've honestly felt like there was a space station on the moon for quite a long time. Is it that crazy of a theory to think that? Would you be that shocked if you found out there was a space station on the moon?
I wouldn't. At this point, I wouldn't.
Now, the rocket was not actually designed to hit the moon. It was left in space after boosting the landers, but solar activity and orbital dynamics pushed it toward the moon. And it wound up going in there pretty hot.
Do we have a picture or video of like what it looked like?
I haven't seen it yet. It wasn't visible to the naked eye, but it was a rocket weighing up to 8,800 pounds.
Oh, we couldn't see it. We can see the moon all the time with our telescopes, but this time we couldn't see it. Me smell a little fishiness going on.
I will say this, if you are a UAP or a UFO lover, believer, now would be the time to look up at the sky for the next 3 to 4 days. Just be ready, get your binoculars out.
They're saying 209 tons.
I'm thinking about what you said. Do you think it's because it's so much activity on the moon that they're coming and going now, the aliens?
Look, if you rustle some kind of a cage at some point, some things might start to stir around and peek around and look around. That's all I'm saying.
Interesting.
Just stay on your toes, Sinicki.
You woke him up.
Are they going to pull Elon back and he's going to be up in the air like levitating back to the mothership?
Oh, all weekend long, I'm going to be on all fours with my butt just facing the sky saying, come on and get me. I'm ready.
It's probe time.
Yep. Rocket came in at 5,400 miles per hour.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, crazy. Well, a 42-year-old Winter Haven pastor, Timothy Chaneyfield, is facing more than a dozen felony charges after investigators say he lured a 14-year-old boy he met online and had sexual contact with him without disclosing he was HIV positive.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Start with a report of inappropriate contact. Detectives got together, and they say the two met on a dating app, continued communicating on Instagram, and then Chaneyfield picked the boy up from his neighborhood 3 times, drove him to his home, and engaged in sexual activity with him on each occasion.
Oh, no.
That just shows you how sick these people are, because everyone knows now there's so many sting operations and that there's people are always trying to set up. They don't even care. The sickness and poison.
It's a rush.
It overpowers any kind of logic.
Wow.
Going, oh, is this going to be a Chris Hansen situation? Their sickness takes over to the point they don't even care.
Yeah.
This guy was not only doing the horrible act to a child, but also possibly infecting the child with HIV?
Well, on top of it, too, he's a minister.
Oh my.
Yeah, he was a hospice chaplain and pastor at St. James United American Free Will Baptist Church Free will. Interesting.
I mean, this is the devil amongst us.
I'm not sure how many more details you could add into this story to make it more horrific and gross.
Yeah. This guy does not deserve to breathe the air we breathe. I think we need to go ahead and do something about that.
Well,
That's
luckily,
disgusting.
Luckily, Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd is on the case, and they arrested him in Orlando after coming back from Baltimore seeing the kids.
Good.
They got on that dude.
Get him, Grady.
Well, what sucks is it sounds like this wasn't even a decoy. This is a real situation, which is heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking.
A 28-year-old woman was pulled over in Tampa, and she confused the officer when she tried to explain that she didn't have her ID, never had an ID, was from New York, but wasn't born there. She also said her name was Brianna Valenzuela, and not really much of that was even true. Her real name was Bryce Swanson. She's Canadian, and she had 12 driver's licenses in the car, all of them featuring her picture, but with different names and dates and births on it.
But here's the thing, though. She knew her rights, so she's okay.
Wow. This girl needs to be locked up, y'all.
I have seen that happen where someone doesn't have a valid driver. They've never even had a license. They're like 23 years old, and then they start yelling at the cops. I know my rights. I don't have to get out of the car. Yeah, you do.
Wow. Here's the cop trying to figure out the situation.
All right. So basically, your story's not making a lot of sense to me, right? You say you live in New York, but you don't have any ID in New York, right?
Yeah, I wasn't born there.
I understand that, but you say you live in New York currently, right?
Yes.
So how do you have no ID from New York?
I've never had a driver's license or anything.
Do you have anything with your name on it in this car?
No.
All these are fake.
Wow. All these are fake.
Warrant.
Are you sure? It's pretty nice, man,
Wow. Now.
Wow.
She has already been overstaying her visa, but it's kind of unclear whether she had any other criminal plans with all those 12 IDs. But she was charged with fraudulent use of personal information and driving without a license.
I am no criminal investigator, but usually when you have multiple IDs like that and you're not answering honestly, you got a warrant.
Yeah, and you're shady, and you need to be locked up.
Mm-hmm. There's another dude, 23-year-old Miami-Dade man, Eric Anthony Moore, got arrested after deputies say he was recklessly driving in an unregistered yellow school bus through southwest Miami-Dade without a commercial driver's license.
I mean, it kind of sounds fun.
It does sound like a good time.
Did he buy the school bus? Is it his, or did he steal
He
it?
could not tell the deputies who owned the school bus.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And they also discovered he had an active fugitive warrant out for him.
Dang it, those warrants, they will get you.
If you have a warrant, how about you boost a car that's not so visible?
Yeah.
Oh,
you took a giant yellow school bus.
You think someone's going to notice that?
Dude, why are you making it so easy for the police?
I mean, well, because he's got to be on drugs.
He's putting in little to no effort in getting away.
And I am shocked that guy had a warrant.
Yeah. Now, they say there's a 24-year-old West Park man, Bakari Jaheim Dixon, who's been sentenced to 26 years and 7 months in federal prison for kidnapping and carjacking a hired chauffeur at gunpoint after allegedly shooting a woman multiple times in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, my gosh. What the heck was going on that day?
A federal jury convicted him of kidnapping, carjacking, and brandishing a firearm during a crime of violence. They say that he hired the chauffeur back on August 2nd of 2025. While the driver waited, he witnessed an altercation that ended with Dixon shooting a woman. Can you imagine if you're just hired to be a driver and you're seeing this?
I am taking off. I'm not sticking around.
Well, they didn't have a chance to because Dixon and several associates then forced their way into the driver's vehicle.
Oh, damn. He didn't get out of there fast enough.
He pointed a gun at the chauffeur, threatened him to drive or be killed.
All right, now we driving.
Forced him to drive them from Fort Lauderdale to West Park, where they got dropped off.
Okay, I'm going to drive.
Wow. They arrested him 11 days later in Omaha.
Wow. Oh, they got all the way to Omaha.
They did. Yeah.
Dang, that's a crazy story.
A 31-year-old Flagler County man, Justin Fountain, has been arrested after deputies say he stalked and terrorized his ex-girlfriend following the end of their 3-week relationship, which began on Facebook dating.
Oh, my gosh. She only knew him for 3 weeks.
She tried to break up with him. He's like, you're not breaking up with me.
That can happen where you try to break up with somebody and they kind of don't let you.
It can happen to anybody who is dating. You never know who you're dating in the beginning. And if you figure out he's crazy in week 3 and you try to break up with him and he won't let you, oh my gosh.
Well, that's why we always bring up that topic about should you always break up with somebody in person. Believe me, I have been in that situation before where I've broken up with somebody in person. It turned horrifying, y'all.
I'm about to be the ghost with the most.
I wish it would have been over the phone call. Not everyone's able to handle this stuff. No, the right thing is to do it in person.
No.
Well, not if they have knives.
Or violent tendencies.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing this in person. Oh, you're such a jerk. Well, then call me a jerk. I don't want to get stabbed.
This guy showed up at her workplace, a hotel, and other locations, got her personal online accounts without permission, tracked her movements, sent dozens of threatening texts and calls despite being ordered to stop. And then he stole a teddy bear containing the cremated ashes of her dead son.
Oh, my God.
And then he threatened to destroy it unless she met his demands.
Yeah,
he took him back.
Sit down with that guy face to face and tell me how that goes.
He said, take me back or I'm going to set the teddy bear on fire and make your life a living hell.
He was going to burn the teddy bear with her dead son's ashes?
Which seems kind of redundant, doesn't he?
You can't double die.
Yeah.
Burn him twice.
You're going to burn the ashes? What?
We might want to handle this via text.
Wow.
Whoa.
You definitely got to lock this guy up, right?
You see what I'm saying? You meet that guy in person?
No, do not meet that guy in person.
They got him on 6 felonies, so it's going to be a while.
This will make a girl turn a lesbian.
Yes. Your whacked out news being brought to you by Lebovic Law Group, Warriors for Justice.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
Well, I had a very sobering moment happen yesterday. I do my little hair appointment at Hair Club, and it was looking all good. I'm a new hair did. But the one thing they do at Hair Club is that with the hair that they put on to make up for what I don't naturally have, they blend it in with the hair that is left. And Rachel, the person who does my hair and does a wonderful job, she said, yeah, I'm going to have to take you up 10% on the gray. She said, I don't know what's happened, but she has noticed a huge change in how fast I'm going gray. And she said, I don't know what you've been doing the last 3 to 6 weeks, but man, it's really escalated.
Welcome to the club, homie. I made the same mistake. Asked the hairdresser, hey, what percentage gray do you think I am? Because I remember like 10 years ago I asked and they were like, oh, 30. She said 70.
Wow.
I'm 70% gray.
I have had gray hair since I was 29 years old. I mean, it just, some people, it hits you quicker. It's like baldness. Some people go bald at an early age. My family is notoriously known to go gray at a very young age. My dad was a silver fox by the age of 35.
He also had 4 kids. That will make you gray faster.
He also would just stare out the window for about 37 minutes and not say anything. But I think that had something to do with just
life.
Kids and wife and life, career. Yeah.
Well, I think why it hit me, one, my mom really didn't go gray, and she wasn't even that gray when she passed. So she was later in life going gray. So it's not a tendency. And then the thing that's alarming is I had been holding off and wasn't going gray either. I'm like, I'm going to be like my mom. Something has happened to me in the last 6 weeks. I am aging in dog years. I need to really, today, I'm going to be looking back at what I've done with myself in the last 6 weeks. Like, what have you done that you have grayed by another 10% in a matter of 6 weeks?
How bad would it suck if you found out that like some new supplement you were taking for inflammation is actually turning you gray?
So I think, yes, turn all your hair gray. I mean, look, I've always said, I would take gray hair just to have hair, but at the same time, I think it's more of like what has gone on in my life that in 6 weeks, I've increased the amount of gray hair by 10%.
Dude, it happens. It seems like it's overnight. I remember I got out of my bed, I couldn't walk on my hip, and I couldn't read or see because of my eyes. And it happened like that. Sometimes it just sneaks up on you and you go, oh crap, I just thought I was drinking too much. I really can't see.
Yeah.
I can't see nothing.
Yeah, I thought I just had a buzz.
Yeah, so that was a sobering moment yesterday.
So how do they do that now? Like on the top part, they're going to add in more gray pieces?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, she said your next round, we're going to have to take you up 10%.
So they got to find another old guy to be your donor hair? Because I know it's real human hair.
It is, but then they take the donor hair and make it whatever color they need to match it.
The good news is we live in a time now where gray is not at all frowned upon. In fact, a lot of people like the gray-white look, depending on if you can rock it. A lot of people do like it.
I don't really have a problem with going gray. That's actually the secondary concern. It's just why in the last 6 months or 6 weeks, sorry, not even months I would take 6 weeks. What have I done? You ever notice how somebody becomes president of the United States and in 6 weeks they're gray?
Yeah.
I'm like, what stressors have I put onto my life in 6 weeks?
I mean, I think you're looking at 2 of them.
And if it's doing that to my hair, what's it doing to the insides?
Whatever. I'm a sweetheart. Let's get down to brass tack. This really has everything to do with Virginia. And let's not beat around the bush because I started going gray right around 29, 30. That's when I got on the show.
Virginia's leaving today, so if by the end of the show on Friday, if my hair starts going back to dark, you know what it is.
if you come with
if it goes the other direction while Virginia's gone, we know what's causing the gray hair.
Your dark hair comes in, your shoulders relax.
Yeah.
You come in with a beautiful brown Bob Vila type beard.
Yeah, we know. Then we'd know. What's on your mind today, Bird?
So I got a question to ask this lovely, lovely audience, KVJ Nation, and even you. I need some help with some ideas creatively here. I have turned my bedroom into a jungle. It is, every wall is covered in some type of that indoor, like jungly stuff you can put up on walls. It's got flowers on it. It's,
like fake greenery?
Yeah, it's like fake greenery, but you can get some really good stuff. Now, I've got the jungle done. Here's what I'm missing, and for some reason, I'm just not there mentally, and hopefully y'all can help me. I need something for the ceiling to really solidify this jungle atmosphere I've created. I've got fountains so you can hear a waterfall in the background.
Yeah.
I've got the Amazon around me. I've even got a secret door to where you're like, that's a closet? I didn't know that. Whoa.
Yeah.
I thought that was just I thought that was a brush of sorts.
Now, who do you wind up impressing with these accoutrements?
Honestly, I know
random people that you come over and you want to surprise them with your whimsy.
I want when people come to the house, the main rule is this: you leave your troubles at the door.
Okay.
You can talk about your troubles and we can get work through that, but it's mainly let's have some whimsy right now.
Okay.
Your problems are going to be out there when you step in the world of silly Wonka,
and you're going to fix the problems with a simple hidden room.
Everyone needs to get a little. Everyone needs some time away.
A little dash of whimsy.
Just come on over, look at the dinosaur garden, put your feet in the pool, have a drink, look at the jungle bedroom.
You talk me into it. I might reverse my gray hair.
You need it.
I think I need a little whimsy.
But
where have you been all my life?
I'm asking for help because I know people will say, well, Bird, do those clouds you see, because you can do that. The problem with the clouds, and if anyone's thinking about doing clouds on their ceiling, they're notoriously known for collecting spiders and bugs. So you can't really see what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't want to do the clouds. What do I put on the ceiling to really bring it home? I want that whimsy. I want to see, I don't know, is there something flying in the air?
There's something that they've been kind of selling hard on my YouTube. Whatever commercial comes up, it's a projector.
Yes.
That turns like the whole room into a planetarium, and it's very compact. It doesn't look like it's very expensive. And you want to talk about clouds, whimsy, stars, everything you want. It's
Rocco's
amazing.
got that. Yeah,
So,
it
it's pretty
turns the whole room into, you can feel like you're underwater.
Yeah, right.
I have 3 of those. But
That looks amazing.
Yes, I just want something permanent on top of those lights.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay, maybe I'm looking up and it's the universe, stars, planets. Then you've got those lights going.
Yeah.
Now I'm in the Amazon.
Yeah. Okay. It's got a lot going on there, Virginia.
We're close to being done, and that party is about to happen.
Uh-oh.
And I'm accepting. If you say no, I will haunt you in your nightmares.
Not only will I say yes, I'll bring banana daiquiris.
Okay.
And a bunch of people she doesn't know.
No, I learned my lesson.
Okay.
I'm never doing that again because that was awful.
Yeah, her one rule at her house is no randos, no randos. She brought 17 randos to my house. She left and they stayed.
16 of them were randos. One of them I knew. So the person I knew invited a bunch of randos.
Oh, okay.
I never would have approved of that, but and they just showed up with the randos, and I was
But
like,
they were there
Jay Bird,
because of you.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
And her randos are asking me for coffee at 12:30 a.m. I didn't have coffee. I didn't want to tell them I didn't have coffee. So I fake looked for coffee in my kitchen just to show I made the effort.
Yeah.
They were British or something, or German. They were disappointed with an accent. It was so funny.
I'm over there.
They were like, this isn't that great of a party.
I'm looking for fake coffee I know I don't have. Some Russian woman stole my weed pen. It was terrible.
You just got coffee, Wawa, half a mile away.
Yeah.
See ya.
This Russian woman stole my damn pen. And then another woman that lives down the street stole all of my brownies. It was a nightmare, Kevin.
Well, they were pot brownies.
Virginia,
so they were high dollar value brownies.
Virginia threw up on my wall, brought all those people
outside.
Left.
You got to say outside.
Left, and then kept the people there.
I had just started Ozempic.
Hey, thanks for showing up.
I just started Ozempic that week, and I really didn't know you couldn't drink on it. Boy, did I find out quick.
Girls fun at parties, huh?
Oh, I was so mad. I was hiding at my own party.
All right, Virginia, what you got on your mind?
Well, I am, like you said, I'm leaving here in like 15 minutes to go jump on an aeroplane.
Oh, don't go. Please don't go.
Have fun without me. I might not come back. And
Are you going to stay in Cleveland?
I'm going to stay in Cleveland.
Said nobody.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Okay.
If anybody's in Cleveland and they want to do a little fun meetup, let me know. I'm going to be getting loose in Cleveland. My girlfriend's coming with me, who's also in radio. We're doing the radio convention during the day, but then at night we're looking to turn it up in Cleveland.
You're in the right town.
Is this a professional trip or is this a fun trip?
It's both. So during the day, I'm like a mullet. Business during the day, party at night.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Look out.
Look out, mullet.
Look out, Cleveland, the land of the mullet.
Look at that dance move she's just putting on. That white girl over by is
dude,
hopping.
so many guys are going to be so turned on by that awesome dance move. You actually look like a 50-year-old dad dancing.
Wow.
I'm relying on my girlfriend, who's really cute, to get the free drinks. I'm just there to
Well, there's a lot of good-looking
support
guys in
her.
Cleveland, so you'll have a good time.
I'll take pictures of them.
Oh, I think you're at 10 in Cleveland.
Really? I might not come back.
Yes. I got a reality check when I went to Hair Club yesterday. Apparently, somehow in the last 6 weeks, I've gotten 10% more gray. I don't know what I've been doing in the last 6 weeks, but I need to observe that behavior and stop it immediately. Now, what are some of the biggest signs that you are officially getting old? A lot of people are sounding off right now. 877-979-WRMF.
I've noticed a lot of things. One being the way I look at alcohol. I respect alcohol in a way that I never used to.
Yeah, wow.
I look at it differently.
Yep.
I ask myself questions before if I would even pour a drink. The days of the cowboy drinking, it's over. I look at it differently.
Yeah, it's
because it's sleep.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest things that when you get into that era, and it took me a while to learn because I still had a rager's spirit in the old man's body.
Yes. I do too, believe me.
Let me tell you, I was getting knocked out by the booze for several years until I finally got it right. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just can't do it like I used to.
I surrender.
Yes. I had to have a different relationship with it.
I want 3 espresso martinis, but I know they're the worst. You got the caffeine, you got the sugar, you got the alcohol.
Everything to wreck your sleep in one glass.
But they taste so good,
They're
Kevin.
so delicious. I wouldn't sleep for a week.
Espresso martinis are such a bad idea.
But it wasn't always like that with me.
No,
I could
you do change.
I could drink and then still go to sleep. I just noticed even having two drinks would interfere with my sleep so bad. So I have to really make sure I'm drinking at the right night. There's no work coming up for about 7 days.
Good luck with that.
That and I do a lot of bird watching and just observing animals in general. I'm so curious about lizards and how they run, where they eat, frogs, birds, dogs. I'm just noticing, I'm writing notes down about animal tendencies. I go, what am I doing? But I'm really interested in it. But that's something that definitely has come with a little bit of older age, I think.
Are you charting squirrel activity in a journal?
I do. I write notes about all of the animals I see, their tendencies, what they're eating, what time they come around.
Wow.
Do they come around in groups? Are they a solo kind of a thing? But I enjoy doing it, though.
Just so you do feel better, I did see the number of bird watchers has more than doubled since 2016.
I find them so interesting.
Yeah, and they even say that Gen Z is kind of getting into it as well.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, you can
see it on social media and all that stuff. So yeah, it is kind of like one of those grandpa things that it is kind of odd that Gen Z is accepting a lot of grandpa type behaviors or even grandma, like they like knitting and things like that.
It's
weird.
Rebelling against all the cell phone culture.
I just think for a long time, we looked at animals in a way where we thought they were all so stupid and they didn't have their special way of genius. I don't think that's true. And I think we've been wrong with how we've diagnosed animals. And I think eventually in time, we're going to realize how terrible we were to animals and that they have their own genius. I know that I can't just fly around and land on the same branch a bird can do. That's their own form of genius.
Preach on, Dr. Doolittle.
I just think that we always like to act like we know everything as humans. And I'm here to say, what we don't know could fill a book.
Some of the other things that people were saying, these are about maybe the top 5 reasons people were talking about how they know they're officially getting old. One, and it's a constant reminder if you ever sign up for something, how far you have to scroll back to get to your birth year.
Oh, yeah, that's
and you're
tough.
flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping, and somebody next to you is like he's young and they're watching you like, whoa, when are you going to stop that wheel?
I didn't know numbers went back that far.
Whoa. Sleeping humbles you as well. Just waking up with pulled muscles and just weird things, never realizing how hurt you can get in your sleep. Hearing songs from your youth at a hardware store. I think a lot of times the music nostalgia, or you realize that you've outgrown your radio station.
I was jamming out in Ace Hardware the other day. I'm like, this is my jam.
Mm-hmm. There's something about music for a lot of people that it makes you almost feel kind of like you're under drugs or something. It does something to your body or your chemistry. There's some people who don't give a crap about music.
Sure.
I would say they're in the rarity, but music does something to the soul, man.
Another sign that you're getting old, you like to sit down to put your shoes on.
Oh, gosh, I have
every
to.
time now.
I cannot put my shoes on standing up.
Well, she just had hip surgery. So
True.
let's be a little graceful here with ourselves.
And the one I love, a sign you're officially getting old, when you fall down now, your friends don't laugh. Like, oh, are you okay?
Are you
all right?
okay?
Yeah, when you fall when you're young, everybody finds it hysterical. When you get to that certain age and everybody gasps, you're old.
I found that out. I fell in front of my friends, the snack pack, and usually they would laugh, and there was no laugh. There was legit concern. Like, dude, you can't fall like that.
Yes.
You can't fall like that, man.
You're old now.
Yeah.
Was there something about your job that we don't know? Be curious what that is. One of the things that I have actually heard something about before is training that goes on for people that might work at a luxury hotel in South Florida. Now, I've heard this when it comes to South Florida getting big events like a Super Bowl, but you say you know somebody who just started working at a luxury hotel, and one part of their training was how to spot a sex trafficking situation.
They said they went over that part of the training, what to look for, certain situations, how people are acting.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if every hotel has that kind of training, but the place they're working at did.
Yeah, I believe that. I think there's a certain level that you want. In fact, maybe all places do. Unfortunately, South Florida is one of those places, and when you have a big event like that, there is a lot of sex trafficking that goes on as you have these corporate bigwigs that come in and do terrible things.
Well, according to them, now this is their opinion, so it's not mine. I don't know how accurate it is, but they were saying that these high-end luxury hotels, this is a major problem with a lot of them when it comes to sex trafficking.
Yeah, I had heard that. I remember the last time that Miami got a Super Bowl, we were talking about it a bit because there was a place and they had the signs of how you can identify. You'll see a kid and there just seems to be a weird disconnection with the adult they might be with. And so there was about 5 different things that were on that list on how to spot it.
So the high ends are awful. Then your low end motels, that's riddled with murder.
Yeah, and I think it depends upon the situation because, look, I think you're going to have, unfortunately, sex trafficking at every level, the really cheap, and then you'll have the powerful, which we hear a lot with the Jeffrey Epstein stories.
But you ever just drive by a motel and you just know in your gut horrific things have happened at that motel?
Yeah.
And no one did anything about it.
Right.
And that thing is still going on.
That's not what they do. They're like,
no, man.
We take your fistful of dollars and give you a room for however long you need it.
And they don't ask no questions.
No, they don't. That's not what they do. Yeah, I was looking at some other professions that are out there. It's not just people that work at luxury hotels. Some of these I didn't know. Like they say with flight attendants, when they're saying hello to you as you're boarding the flight, it's not just about being friendly. They do that a lot of times to not only be friendly, but also to check to see if anyone seems to be either drunk, sick, maybe cantankerous or a problem during their flight so they can make a mental note to be like, okay, that dude looks a little off.
Dang, they're playing cop?
Yeah,
they're
profiling you as you're getting onto the plane and that, hey, how you doing? It's them kind of making a quick judgment about where you might be.
I wonder in the history of me ever flying,
right?
I've never ever gotten in trouble or anything, but was I ever on their list going, all right, just watch. Keep
an eye on that dude.
Keep an eye on that guy.
Yeah.
He's muttering to himself. He can't find his seat.
Yeah, probably. I know I've definitely walked out there and go, oh boy, we got a live one right here.
I mean, are you allowed, if you are peaceful and calm, but people know you're drunk just by the way you look, are you still allowed to get on the plane if you're being cool? Or if they think you're drunk, do they have the right to say, you're drunk, get off the plane?
Yeah, they have a right to do that. I think you have to exhibit a behavior that either you can't stand up, you just don't look functional, you're not able to talk. If you're at that point where you're massively slurring and can't form a sentence, then they might take an action. But other than that, I think you're okay. Teachers, maybe you've heard this, and I did know, but the seating chart just isn't about organization. It is about oftentimes separating students who distract each other or the entire classroom.
But the beginning of the year is different because some teachers would go alphabetical order, which I hated, and then there were other teachers first come, first serve, and that's where you always try to get there early because you wanted to sit by a girl you had a crush on.
Okay.
That was always way important.
Get in there.
You got to position yourself so you're able to talk.
Yeah.
Hey, can I borrow a piece of paper? What's going on this weekend?
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, cutie.
The one I would love to know, are detectives that have to work on cold case files. Is that something every single day they go into work and work on?
Yeah.
Or is that once a week and then they have other duties that are more modern day issues? Or is that their whole job?
Yeah.
So when they get there, they're going, all right, let's open up the 1977 case. Is that what they do all day long?
Okay.
That's something I would love to know.
Okay. Somebody handles that. You can let us know what you do with that. They do say with police officers during a traffic stop, they will often touch the back of your car. It can leave fingerprints proving they approached the vehicle if something goes wrong. They put their fingerprint intentionally on the back of your car as, I guess, evidence in the stop.
And if you don't cooperate, they'll do it on the back of your neck as well.
All right. I'd never heard that one. They say for firefighters, before entering a burning building, they're paying extra close attention to the color and movement of the smoke because it can tell them a lot about the fire and how dangerous it's going to be.
I bet.
Okay. That makes sense. I've never heard that.
I'm sure there's different types of fires they can recognize.
And they say with lifeguards, they're not really watching for splashing and yelling. You always see that in the movies when somebody's drowning, like, help, help, and they're out there flailing. They said a real drowning victim is often quiet and barely able to wave. And so they're looking for somebody. It's like, what are they doing? They seem like their head's down. What's going on? They're not really moving much. So they actually look for the opposite of what you see in the movies. That's interesting. I never heard that either. So is there something about your career that most people would not know? We're talking about the things that happen in your career that most people probably don't know about. And Virginia sent me this video of this guy trying to make some claims about what guys do whenever they're wearing a cape. Now, I was wearing one yesterday to get my hair done, but I've never thought of this, and I never thought any guy would ever do this. Am I wrong?
I just saw a TikTok from a woman who is a hairstylist. She comes and sits down, and the language on the screen said, preparing for the Netflix documentary about men who rub one out under the cape while they're getting a haircut from a female hairstylist. And there was a dental hygienist in the comments who said, I'm a dental hygienist. Same thing here. One woman in the comments said that she was just out of high school and was going to cosmetology school, and her instructors warned her about that.
Now, this is a guy who's on TikTok telling you about how he got some information on TikTok. So this is a TikTok to the second power.
And the second person on TikTok got their information on Reddit.
Look, I think it's one of those things where you can't say it's never, ever happened in the history. But if it did ever happen, that person would be arrested because the person would report it. And it would be in the whacked out news and we would know about it. And I don't ever once remember in my life reporting on a guy doing that.
This is what happens, because you're right. I'm sure in the history of humanity, something like this has happened. Is this a prevalent problem across the globe that's going down right now? Do I think that? No. This is TikTok trying to get people all riled up. And believe me, there'll be other stories. I'm not saying there's not stories out there of because, yes, there are creepy guys that tend to do that move. Is it at the hair place all the time? Kevin, this should be on every news platform possible.
That's what I thought as well. I was like, this would be a big story if anybody ever did this. And I think any hairstylist, dental hygienist, whatever, if they had a guy that was tugging it under the cape, would be like, that's unacceptable. They call the police. They would be arrested. We'd be talking about it in the whacked out news.
And again, you're going to get some stories of where this happened. We understand that, yes, there's creepy guys that do stuff like that. Is it this ridiculous problem sweeping across America? No.
Okay, well, I did get one text that said, I'm a hairstylist. I can confirm that. But I did text back. I said, really? How many times in how many years? How prevalent is this? Okay, if it does happen, she's seen it happen once in her career. How often does it happen?
And again, I'm not saying it doesn't happen.
Right.
But that report makes it seem like, I mean, every hairstylist.
That's why I need to know.
And every barber shop. And people are just going to town everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Bill says, I cut hair in a truck stop. Or Billy says, I've cut, and that might be a big difference. I cut hair in a truck stop. I've been there for 26 years, and that has never once happened to me. Okay.
Thank you, Billy, for telling your story.
So that's one person, 26 years, never had happened. So I have not heard back from them. They said once in the last 4 years that has happened to them. The hairdresser said that it has happened one time in 4 years.
And look, again, yes, there's going to be a creepy dude out there. Okay. Is this something where you go into work every day and it's happening 6 times a week?
The one person who said that, yeah, I'm a hairstylist and I can confirm that it happened to me once in the last 4 years. And I said, did the person get arrested? Did you say something? And they said, I was young and I was new and I was scared to say anything, so I didn't. And it took me a whole year to start cutting men's hair again after that moment. Yeah, that would be pretty intimidating and crazy.
But I really think we got to start talking about when you see someone doing that, especially at work, we got to turn them in. We got to make sure they are held responsible and make sure they go down, because they're going to end up doing it to somebody else.
Right. And there might be some, those are the kind of people that's such alarming behavior that's the kind of person that does something that definitely crosses a line and probably needs to be in jail.
Well, if you're doing that in front of people at a public place, you're doing way worse while you're by yourself and lurking in the dark.
Okay.
You are.
Yeah. Here was somebody that said it wasn't a cape, but we did have somebody that lost their job for doing it in the employee's bathroom. And they said one time they didn't lock the door all the way, and you could hear them moaning through the fan that we had in there.
That happened at a radio station we worked at. Where
somebody walked in on somebody doing that?
It turned into such a thing. Someone brought a guest here, and that guest went to the bathroom and was watching adult content and doing their business, and people went into the bathroom and realized what was going on, and I only caught the tail end of what they were saying. It was nothing short of alarming, Kevin.
Wow. That's pretty insane.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty insane. Well, I guess we do have a lot of freaks out there, so it is possible. It's just not frequent.
But I think that there's 2 questions here. The original question was, are people doing it under a cape at a hairdressing salon?
Yeah.
People are doing it out in public.
Yes.
I mean, there are so many stories personally that I have with the ladies in my life, sisters, aunts, girlfriend, where someone's done something out in public, out in a parking lot.
Right.
So it does happen.
Yeah.
But the question was, are they doing it in the barber chair?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's 1 in 4 years. That's the best we got on that. So it's not frequent, but it does happen. We got more KVJ going to be coming up on the After the Show. You can watch that live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. You can get it on demand anytime you want on YouTube and Spotify. If you've not gone and spent a little bit of time with KVJ on either one of those platforms, you can watch us on demand, and you can even get the regular show that is up there without music and commercials. Quick and easy to go through in just 2 hours every single day. Plus, the After the Show is your bonus. It's up there. But before we do that, Bird's going to wrap us up here with his thought for the day.
Misunderstanding speaks first. Forgiveness waits for the whole story.
Oh, yes, it does.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.